my. It's a three-pointer. Carolina wins it. The Tar Heels win it.
The following is a presentation of the Tar Heels Sports Network.
As it so often does, the ACC comes down to this. Unquestionably, the two best teams in the conference this season, and really without much question, the two best programs in ACC history, Carolina and Duke, meet in the regular season finale with a title on the line. For the 29th time, at least one of these two teams, and in this case, both squads, have a chance to share the ACC regular season crown leading into the season finale. For Carolina, of course, the Heels have already secured at least a share of that ACC regular season title, but a victory tonight means it belongs solely to the Heels with no claim for the Devils. While Carolina can already claim an ACC championship this year, the Tar Heels look to keep it all to themselves with a win tonight in Durham. The Tar Heel Sports Network's coverage of the 262nd meeting between Carolina and Duke starts right now. 15 on the shot clock. Tries to lob to Trimble. He climbs the ladder and throws it down. Cadeau puts his defender in the spin cycle and lays it up and over his head for two. Ingram between the circles to R.J. Davis for three. Knocked it home from the right wing. If you need a bucket, who else? Well, I thought he was going to slow it up to Trimble. Back to Bacot. Slow that up, baby. Two-handed dunk. Crossover, step back. That's an impossible shot. How'd he do it? Oh, drives it. Bounce past the Withers. Way up in the air for the flush. One-handed push pass to Bacot. He's going to try a corner. Three. Count it. Davis, long pass to Trimble in the corner. He'll try a triple. Why not? Everybody's knocking him home. Back to Davis. His three at the horn. Count it! Davis swishes it home at the buzzer.
The Tar Heels Sports Network is on the air with Carolina basketball.
This is Dave Nathan. With 19 ACC games in the rear view, Duke and Carolina match up once again to decide the ACC regular season championship. Jones Angel had the call of this evening's contest.
Yeah, Dave, Carolina's pace was as good as it's been all season when the Tar Heels ran past Duke in the Smith Center in early February, and the Heels look to push that tempo again this evening against the Blue Devils in Cameron. Tyler Zeller, the 2012 ACC Player of the Year and a member of the 2009 National Championship team.
Yeah, this is the game we've all been waiting for, the best rivalry in sports, Duke and Carolina. UNC comes into this game, having beat Duke in February, 93-84, and like Jones said, played high-speed, fast-paced game, did a great job getting the ball out, getting to the free throw line, and got Duke in foul trouble. This game should have lots of talent, be fast-paced, and have lots and lots of scoring. It's a great atmosphere, a great place to play, and should be a lot of fun. We'll see if Carolina can get the sweep of Duke this year and sole ownership of the ACC. We'll break it all down for you next.
All right, we've got all those storylines on the Reed's Jewelers pregame show, plus R.J. Davis, Armando Bacot, and Harrison Ingram reflect on the season. We'll bring you an interview with head coach Hubert Davis and comments from John Shire. Tyler Zeller and Adam Lucas answer your questions about the Tar Heels, and we'll check on scores from around the country, too. All of that more is coming up as we count you down to tip-off between the Tar Heels and Blue Devils from Cameron Indoor Stadium in Durham. This is Carolina basketball from Learfield.
This is Carolina basketball on the Tar Heels Sports Network, and you're listening to the Reed's Jewelers pregame show. Carolina basketball is brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, the official pizza of Carolina Athletics. This is the Reed's Jewelers pregame show.
It's the final game of the regular season in the ACC, and how fitting is it that there's still so much left to play for? With a win tonight, Carolina claims the outright ACC championship, a Duke win, and the Heels and Devils share the regular season crown. Now, you may have heard the old phrase, sharing is caring, when you were growing up. You can forget about that tonight. Jones, you and everybody else can just scratch that. Carolina wants the win and the title for itself.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that, Dave. The Tar Heels would certainly like to have that championship to themselves. It's been a terrific year, regardless of what happens tonight as far as the regular season is concerned for the Tar Heels. I think, a lot of the things that they want to be positioned for this time of year, they are. They're going to get at least a share of that title of the regular season. They are going to have either the 1 or the 2 seed in the ACC tournament, and yeah, it's pretty simple. If Carolina wins, obviously the Heels are the 1. They can still be the 1 even with a loss. It's just a lot of different scenarios. And once this game is over, we'll take a look at the ACC tournament seedings and scenarios at that point in time. And Carolina, I think, regardless of what happens here tonight, is going to be. I would think they're pretty secure for a 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. And if they win tonight, I think they're still heavily in that discussion for a number 1 seed. So. Carolina's done a lot of the things that it wanted to do to get to this point. But, as Dave referenced, they'd like to be able to take that final step over the finish line here and really cement this as an incredible regular season by owning that ACC title all for themselves.
Absolutely. And anytime you can beat Duke, it's a great time, whether it's a good season or a bad season. But really, I think being able to beat Duke at Cameron really kind of caps off a great season. And so it's something they're coming over. I guarantee they're locked in. They're ready to go. And then there's nothing sweeter than being able to take away an ACC title from Duke and have sole ownership of yourself. So really, I think they're playing for a lot, even more than just being able to beat Duke. They're playing for a lot, and should be a fun one to watch.
In the first matchup in Chapel Hill, Carolina earned the 93-84 win, and in doing so, the Heels controlled the game. They were the aggressors, getting to the free throw line more than twice as often as Duke. Plus, the Heels got double-doubles from both Armando Bacot and Harrison Ingram, but Carolina was outscored in the paint by 18 points.
And we talked about it after that game, Dave, in the immediate aftermath and just in leading up to this game, thinking about it again. That was an interesting contest in that regard, talking about Carolina's defense, because remember, Duke shot 51% from the floor. They had more than 50 points, as Dave referenced, in the paint. But you left that game thinking Carolina did what it wanted to do defensively, and that's not allow Duke to beat them from the three-point line, make them try to win the game being a 2-point shooting team. And to Duke's credit, the Blue Devils hit some difficult shots in that game. Remember McCain and Filipowski and Roach, just off the top of my head in particular, hit some really acrobatic shots around the rim or in the paint. And when that happens, you go, okay. Now, Carolina was good enough that I think that plan worked. And so when Duke really gets rolling, it's when it's getting offensive rebounds, kicking it out for threes, or when they get into transition and can hit open transition threes. The Tar Heels, for the most part, kept them from doing that in the game in the Smith Center, and I think was one of the big reasons they won the game.
Yeah, I agree. I think, they went 5 for 19 in that game. But one of the biggest things Carolina did was push the pace. They were able to get out in transition. They got Duke in foul trouble. Filipowski in particular had to sit for a while in the second half. And so really just having that pace and getting into the paint. And, obviously they shot better percentage and everything than we'd like. But having those free throws that we were able to get, and then we knocked down most of them, 18 for 25. I'd like to say a little higher, but did a good job at the free throw line. So really just got to continue to push that pace, try to get them in foul trouble, try to take out some of their best players and take them out of the contest.
Dave, it's going to be hard to rely on getting to the free throw line tonight as much as it was in the Smith Center. It's just harder as the road team. And I'm not saying that's a conscious decision. It's just something that tends to happen in the game of basketball. And so for Carolina, I thought Duke got frustrated that it didn't get some calls that it thought it should have gotten early in that game in the Smith Center. I think if you're the Tar Heels and you feel like you should be getting to the line more than you are, you've got to keep playing through that and not let it take you out, not let that frustration take you out of what you want to do. And just one comment about what Z said, and we've all said it at least once here early on, the pace that Carolina played in the Smith Center was such a contrast from Duke at the beginning of the game. I mean, John Shire, we were, of course, seated courtside there in the Smith Center, and Coach Shire would be right up in front of us almost every time that Duke got the ball in the first half. He's actively stopping them, slowing them down, calling out plays, whereas Carolina, I remember one time Duke scored and then Seth Trimble was laying it up like 3 seconds later on the other side. It was such a dramatic difference in philosophy.
Yeah, really. And Shire was almost pleading with them to get back on defense.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the pace was incredible. There's times where we were watching the game, we're like, holy smokes, this is faster than I think we've ever seen them play. And so they did a great job pushing that pace. I think some of that helped with Duke's three-point deficiency. We're trying to wear them down, trying to make it difficult on them. I saw a stat, they're 9-2 in games where they make 10 threes. And that's really a big part of their game, because if they can get those threes, Filipowski can be really good inside, make things happen there, and create up a lot of gaps for them to drive into.
Closing thought on the Tar Heels. For as much as Hubert Davis has relied on his starters for the better part of the last couple seasons, tonight could come down to how the bench plays, and there's no doubt Seth Trimble, Jalen Washington, Jalen Withers have all shown some good flashes here as of late.
Well, I thought the Duke game earlier this season was one of Seth Trimble's best game as a Tar Heel, and not just because he had put up good numbers. He had 10 points on 5 of 9 shooting that game, but he was just so aggressive and confident. And, Adam Lucas and I had a chance to sit down with Seth here in the last couple of weeks, and he talked some about just confidence and how he thought that was something that had really taken a step forward in his second year, and he feels like he's such a better player when he is playing with confidence. And you saw that in that game in the Smith Center. Jalen Washington coming off a nice game last time out. Now, that was in a game where the Tar Heels were up 20-plus. Some of those jump shots a little easier to take when you're blowing out Notre Dame at home compared to when you're in a tight one, what's likely to be a tight one here in Cameron. And then, I do think Jalen Withers can be an X factor, and we've thought that all year. He brings a level, a combination of size and athleticism that Carolina doesn't have a ton of in one person. And he's 6'9" and really athletic, and if he gives you smart, engaged minutes, he can be a weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Withers, starting with him, he's a guy who, he can post up, he can take you off the dribble, he can guard a big guy, a small guy. He can be very versatile. Like you said, he's an X factor, though. You never know what you're going to get, but when you get something from him, he's really, really good. Jalen Washington's been really good recently inside, challenging shots, changing shots, really just trying to hold his own. He struggles a little bit against some of the bigger guys, but really doing a great job just making things difficult around the rim. And like you guys have said, Trimble was phenomenal in the Duke game. He's done a great job recently of getting to the rim rather than last year. I felt like he stopped at 4 or 5 feet and tried to shoot that little jump shot rather than trying to get to the rim, get fouled, or make things happen for other people.
That's our look at the Tar Heels, who are in Durham tonight taking on the Blue Devils. And when we come back, we'll break down Duke next from Learfield. Tar Heel fans, Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For each free throw the Tar Heels make in today's game, Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to feed our neighbors in need right here in the Triangle. Like Carolina, Duke is 24-6 overall, but a game adrift of the Heels in the ACC standings at 15-4. The Devils have only lost once since the earlier contest in the Smith Center, having won 8 of 9, Jones, with the lone blemish coming in Winston-Salem against Wake Forest.
Yeah, certainly Duke has been playing good basketball, and they are one of the better teams, I think, certainly in the conference, and are establishing themselves as one of the better teams in the country. And that's not a big surprise. This is a team that was picked preseason number 1 in the ACC. They've got a ton of talent. They have a little more returning talent than they normally have here over the last 10 or 15 years where they've been so freshman-dominated. And, of course, they still have some freshmen who are key players for them. But, it's a team that has a lot of balance. They can score from different places. They have really good guards. They've got a big guy who creates matchup problems, and they're very good at home. So, yes, they have played very well since the Tar Heel game, but I don't think that's a huge surprise. This is a team that everyone knew was going to be very good this season.
Yeah, they're extremely talented. They got a lot of people who can make a lot of plays. Roach does a great job kind of running everything for him. McCain's coming on really strong recently, scoring at a really, really high rate for a freshman. Proctor has done a good job. It'll be really interesting watching him tonight, whether he guards RJ or Cadeau. He's their best defender. He did a great job on RJ and in Chapel Hill and made it difficult on him. And then really it all revolves around Filipowski, who's been really good this year. He's made some great plays. He makes, he can score inside, he can score outside. Struggled a little bit outside against us, but really they're a very well-rounded team. It can hurt you from a lot of different places.
Dave, of course, Duke has had one injury of note, that being Caleb Foster, a 6'5 freshman. He played 19 minutes in the Smith Center against Carolina. He had been a partial starter for them. He had started 15 games, so started some, come off the bench some. But a good, normally if he was coming off the bench, he was going to be the first guy out there for the Blue Devils. He suffered a lower body injury in the loss to Wake Forest. He's missed the last 3 games. He is not expected to play tonight. What that has done is upped the minutes of a couple other Blue Devils. TJ Power, who did not play at all in the game in the Smith Center, a freshman from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Almost a quarter of the minutes he's played all year have come in the last 3 games for Power after the injury to Caleb Foster. And then also Sean Stewart, the real bouncy 6'9 freshman from Windermere, Florida. He's neighbors with our good friend Brian Simmons down there. And not literally, I mean, Brian has lived in Windermere as well. And Stewart, Z, coming off a really good game against State where Filipowski was in some foul trouble, wasn't having a great game. Stewart came in and gave him a career-high 26 minutes off the bench, scored 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, and he's got some really high level of athleticism down there in the post.
Yeah, really, I'm glad he had that big game because sometimes the hardest people to play against are these young guys who come in, they're not playing usually anyway, they have nothing to lose, and so really it'll be interesting having some film on him, what Carolina does against him. But yeah, like you said, he's super athletic. He can make some great plays. Really just tries to keep the ball alive, plays with a lot of energy, just somebody you got to really watch out for and can't let him impact the game the way those big guys do.
Jones, another freshman on Duke's roster that has played a bunch throughout the season is Jared McCain, certainly. Like a lot of freshmen, the beginning of the season revealed some growing pains, but since the middle of December, he's played like a vet, had 23 in the first game against the Tar Heels, and would seem to be Marcus Burton's chief competitor for Freshman of the Year in the conference.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those two guys, and I thought, see, I don't know about you, I thought he was the best player for Duke that night, the first matchup with Carolina. The 23 points, tied his career high with 11 rebounds that evening in the Smith Center, and he can just score. I mean, he put up 35 on the road against Florida State, including 8 made three-pointers. So he's just one of those guys that you cannot let him get loose or he's going to hurt you because he really can score from multiple levels on the floor. He hasn't shot it great the last couple of games. He's 3 of 12 from 3 in the last 2 games, which makes you a little nervous because you know he's going to get that untracked at some point. But Carolina's certainly going to be aware of Jared McCain this evening.
Yeah, he's definitely a wild card. You know, he's somebody who he's going to score. He's going to get 10, 12 points just every night just because he's a really good scorer. But you can't let him have those 20, 30-point games. And really, like you said, against us, he was, I felt like by far the best player. He was the one that kept him in the game. He made some wild shots, but, you know, that's what he does. He's a very talented player who can create opportunities for himself as well as others.
When we come back from our next timeout, Tyler Zeller's going to stick with us. Adam Lucas will join us. They'll answer some of your Carolina questions, and Jones asks some questions to Hubert Davis in the Continental Tire Coach's Corner. The Reach Jewelers pregame show continues from Learfield. Today's pregame show is brought to you by Reed's Jewelers. The official Reed's Jewelers tip-off time is 6:35. Reed's Jewelers, your home for fine Swiss timepieces, beautiful diamonds, and the world's most luxurious jewelry brands. That's Reed's Jewelers, trusted with life's moments. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers or Reeds.com. We're going to visit with Tyler Zeller and Adam Lucas in just a moment. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves down the lines on the Tar Heel Sports Network. All right, Z, we're going to spring a surprise on you here today. Lawrence Walls has a question about Carolina's backcourt and how they can get better production this time around than they did in the first matchup.
You know, I think they didn't get as much production in the first game, but I think they did a great job. Cadeau did a great job of screening for RJ, creating opportunities. When they tried to double off of him to Armando, he did a great job of moving and getting other people open. So that's part of how Armando and some of those other guys were able to get easy baskets. I think so. They just got to continue to do what they're doing. And if Duke has a good strategy against them, that may be what their role is against tonight. If they change it, then they need to be able to score a little better.
Adam Lucas, second question from Irwin Gillen. He puts satisfied in quote marks here. Does it hurt Carolina to potentially be satisfied with having already won a share of the ACC title?
Well, Dave, just to go back to what Z was talking about just a second ago, look, if the Tar Heel guards can make shots right now in the pitch darkness as the lights have been out for the last 4 minutes as Carolina shoots on the Cameron Indoor Stadium court, they'll have no trouble producing during the game when I assume the lights are going to be turned on. But we'll have to see. Stay tuned. That's something to look forward to. As far as winning the regular season, I do think it was a goal that this team set. It was a goal to put up a banner in the Smith Center because it had been a long time. It had been since 2019 until that particular banner had gone up. So that was an accomplishment on Tuesday night. It's not an accomplishment on Saturday. The accomplishment on Saturday is beating Duke here. And if there was any chance that you thought, no, I feel like the season's over, as soon as you walked in here and saw the nerd crowd and heard them yelling at you and just felt the environment, if you're any kind of competitor, it's over any sense of satisfaction you had. You want to do it tonight here in Durham.
All right, Adam, for a rivalry that's seen pretty much everything, it's going to be tough to see anything if the lights don't come back on, right?
Well, the good news is they're on Duke's half of the court, so that's good.
All right. Thanks a lot, fellas, as we send things over to Jones, who's with Coach Davis for our first installment of the Continental Tire Coach's Corner, brought to you by Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires, and for a dealer near you, go to ContinentalTire.com.
Final game of the regular season. Carolina closing over in Durham against Duke, and I'm inside the Continental Tire Coach's Corner alongside the head coach of the Tar Heels. That, of course, is Hubert Davis. Coach, a bunch to talk about. Let's start with the first game this week, though, Notre Dame. After the contest, you were very complimentary of your team's effort, particularly on the defensive side. After getting a chance to think about it a little bit more, what'd you really like there from your team?
I liked everything defensively. I felt like from start to finish, I felt like it was our best defensive game of the season. We were impactful on the ball. We were off the ball. We were active. We were talking. We were boxing out. We were getting loose balls. We were challenging shots. We were defending without fouling. And then it allowed us to get out in transition where we've been really good all season. And so I thought we took pride in individual one-on-one matchups. I was just, going into the game, Notre Dame had won 5 of 6. I mean, Burton's one of the better players in the conference. They were feeling really good about themselves after coming off wins against very good, Wake Forest and Clemson teams. And I thought we played really well, especially on the defensive end.
Is activity, I just heard you say that word, is that the key in your mind to that defensive effort? Is it that? Is it something else? How can you find consistency with that?
Activity, toughness. I mean, you're going to make mistakes, but if you can do it with effort, I'm good with it. And just continuing to have a clear picture of what allows this team to have success. And, as well as we can score, it just starts and ends with how well we play on the defensive end and also rebounding the basketball. That was the 19th straight game that we've out-rebounded an opponent, and I've challenged the guys like, yeah, we're winning that, but I want to start dominating again in terms of both ends of getting to the board. So defense and rebound, take care of the basketball. That'll be our recipe for success for the remainder of the season.
Second meeting, of course, with Duke. We'll talk about the Blue Devils in a minute, but you have faced them once already before this season. Carolina winning in the Smith Center about a month ago. And looking back and thinking about some of the things that helped you win that day, what were some of those ingredients that particular night?
Well, it was nice to have Harrison hit 6 threes and Armando to be dominant down low on the post. I've got I have no problem with them doing that again, along with RJ getting 42. And so, we had some guys play at a really high level. I thought we did a really good job of taking care of the basketball. We only had 5 turnovers, didn't allow Duke to get out in transition that's where they like the best score. We out-rebounded Duke. We were able, our pace in which we transitioned from defense to offense was elite. And we were getting layups and dunks even after made baskets. Our pitch aheads, we were attacking the basket. Overall, with the exception of, especially in the second half, the points in the paint. They got 54 points in the paint, but we did a good job defending the three. We got to do both in this game in order to have a chance on the road.
What are some of the things defensively? You mentioned you guys did a good job against them as far as three-point percentage last time out. What are some things defensively that'll be key this evening?
Well, we lead the league in field goal percentage defense and three-point field goal percentage. So, and you mentioned Duke is, they've got a number of guys that can just gift it and score. Filipowski down on the post is just big guy that can score inside and out. And then they just have a number of guys that are shooting over 40% from three-point range. And so they stretch you defensively. You've got to be able to protect the paint and be able to contest threes. And we just got to do a good job of that against Duke. I think the biggest thing is to keep them off the free throw line and keep them out of transition, and also keep them off the offensive glass. We are the best rebounding team in the conference, but lately in conference games, they've now percentage-wise become the best offensive rebounding team. So we got to do a really good job boxing out, limit them to one shot every possession.
You've won in Cameron as a player. You've won in Cameron as a coach. A lot of people feel as though it's a difficult place to win. Is there anything in your mind that's important in this arena compared to anywhere else that you go?
No, it's as much as we've been on the road this year. We should be fine. I felt like we were on the road for the entire season at points. And so this is a team that is comfortable and confident playing away from home. So whether it's at Duke or a neutral site or somebody else's, we've been in big-time environments where we've had to produce and play well, and we'll have to do that against Duke on their home floor on senior night.
Big challenge tonight for Carolina. A lot on the line. If the Tar Heels get the win, they are the ACC regular season champions by themselves, something, of course, that they would like to have. Coach, as always, thank you for your time, and best of luck.
All right, thanks, Jones.
And that was part two of the Continental Tire Coach's Corner, which sends us to our keys to the game. Take your Tar Heels tailgate to the next level with a new Honda. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today. Guys, my key for this one, it's playing within yourself. Don't let the environment negatively impact your play. Do your job. Rely on your teammates. Jones, in short, do what you've been coached to do.
I'm picking up defensively in transition. Duke's such a good three-point shooting team, and they like to shoot it in transition. Carolina would like to avoid transition opportunities for Duke, period, obviously. But if they do get out in the open floor, Carolina's got to find Duke shooters.
Yeah, you definitely got to find those shooters. For me, it's same thing. Find those shooters and then get out, push that pace, and really try to steal some buckets in transition.
Those are our keys to the game as we get ready for the tip-off between Carolina and Duke. Top 10 matchup, top spot in the ACC, potentially on the line for seeding purposes next week in the ACC tournament. Of course, the Tar Heels have clinched at least to share the regular season title. A win today gives the Tar Heels the outright championship. That'll close the book on the Reed's Jewelers pregame show. We've got the tip-off and starting lineups for you coming up right after this from Learfield.
262nd meeting between Carolina and Duke. We're in Cameron Indoor Stadium for the second meeting of the season between the two. Carolina taking the victory in the Smith Center 93-84 on February 3rd. Second meeting of the regular season. Final game of the regular season for both these teams. Thanks so much for choosing us here on the Tar Heel Sports Network. That'll do it for the Reed's Jewelers pregame show, brought to you by Reed's Jewelers. Visit your local Reed's Jewelers or Reed's.com. Let's get to the starting lineups presented by Coors Light. Coors Light's made to chill, an official beer of the Tar Heels. Let's start with the homestanding Blue Devils. John Shire in his second year as the head coach of Duke. 51 wins, just 15 losses. He reached 50 wins as a head coach of Duke faster than anyone in Blue Devil history. He has his team currently ranked 9th in the AP poll, 8th in the coaches poll coming in to the game tonight. Blue Devils will start 3 guards, one old one and 2 pretty young ones. The old one is Jeremy Roach, 6'2 senior from Leesburg, Virginia. This will be his 125th career game. Of course, Roach is in that same class that R.J. Davis is, that has an opportunity to return next year should he choose to do so. He was honored in a brief senior day before the game here tonight. Roach averaging better than 14 points per contest. That's number 16 in the ACC. One of those young guards is Jared McCain, 6'3" rookie from Sacramento, top 15 national recruit, two-time California Gatorade Player of the Year, McDonald's All-America. He had 23 points and 11 rebounds in the Smith Center. Sophomore Tyrese Proctor, he's 6'5", great defensive player from Australia, 10.5 points and a team-high 3.8 assists per contest. Two guys up front, Mark Mitchell, 6'9", rookie from Kansas City, Kansas, averaging 12.5 points and better than 6 rebounds. Mitchell, a sophomore out of Kansas City, averaging 12.5 points and 6 rebounds. And then Kyle Filipowski, the 7-foot sophomore from Westtown, New York, team leader for Duke in points, rebounds, and blocks. He is top 10 in the ACC in all three of those categories. Now for the Tar Heels, 24-6. Oh, Duke, by the way, 24-6 and 15-4. Carolina's 24-6, 16-3. He ranked number 7 in the AP and Coaches Poll. Hubert Davis in his third year guiding his alma mater, 73 wins and 29 losses. No changes for Carolina. Back to its normal non-senior day starting five of Elliot Cadeau and R.J. Davis in the backcourt. Cadeau, the 6'1" rookie from West Orange, New Jersey. Davis, the 6-foot senior from White Plains, New York, the front runner for ACC Player of the Year, averaging better than 21 points per game. Cormac Ryan, the two-time transfer, started his career at Stanford, then spent 3 seasons at Notre Dame before finishing up his college career at Carolina. He had 28 points with Notre Dame in a game here against Duke in the COVID season of 2021. Harrison Ingram, huge game against the Blue Devils in the Smith Center. The junior from Dallas had 21 points, 13 rebounds on 8 of 12 shooting, 5 of 9 from 3. And, of course, Armando Bacot playing in his ACC record 163rd career game. The graduate student from Richmond, Virginia, averaging 14 points, better than 10 rebounds per game. Had a big game against Duke earlier this year, 25 points and 10 rebounds. Let's get to the uniform report brought to you by Duncan. We'll get back to buzzer beaters, blocks, bounce passes, and most of all, Duncan. Welcome back, Tar Heel fans. America runs on Duncan. Heels in their traditional road Carolina blue unis, white numbers, letters, and trim. Argyle down the side of the jerseys and shorts. Duke in its traditional home white with the royal blue numbers, letters, and trim. Ted Valentine, Bert Smith, Tony Henderson, 3 veteran officials will be calling the action this evening. Jones Angel, Tyler Zeller here with you. Thanks for being with us. Kyle Filipowski and Armando Bacot to tip it up. Bacot hits it once, then Ingram slaps it to the Tar Heels. So Carolina will have it first. Carolina going right to left as we see it high above the court here in Cameron Indoor Stadium. Ingram back to the basket with McCain guarding him right of the lane, backing in, turns around, shoots, and scores from about 13 feet. We've seen Ingram do that a lot, Z. They like to post him up against smaller players.
Yeah, Duke likes to switch, so they got the switch they wanted and took Ingram right to the post.
Duke with the basketball. It's Proctor, guarded by the freshman Cadeau. To a cutting Roach, pump fake at the right elbow. He'll try the fall-away jump shot short into the hands of Cadeau at the ACC logo for the defensive rebound. Heels up 2-0 and on the run. Get it to R.J. Davis with Proctor right there on the catch on the right sideline. Now to Cadeau. Calls for the high screen, gets it from Bacot. Goes to the right elbow, picks up his dribble, needs some help, bounces back out to Davis. 12 on the shot clock as R.J. has it out in the center jump circle. Around a screen, Filipowski guarding him on a switch. Picks up his dribble, bounces to Bacot. 5 on the shot clock. Bacot goes hard against Filipowski and scores with the left hand.
Great move by Bacot, catching it at the elbow there. Filipowski trying to recover to him, just attacked him hard downhill to his left.
Quick start for Carolina. Buckets on each of its first 2 possessions. Ingram and Bacot, who had big games in the Smith Center. 4-0 as Roach has it. The Filipowski up top. Going to hand off to Proctor. Ryan tried to break it up. Proctor around a screen. Ryan chasing. Bounces it to Filipowski at the ACC logo. Pivots, turns against Bacot, and gets it to go.
Tough shot. Cadeau did a great job jabbing at the ball to take away the easy one. Filipowski just makes a tough fall-away jump shot.
First basket for Duke as then Carolina turns it over on the other side. Ryan tried to get it down low to Bacot from the left corner. Off his hand, out of bounds. Bacot taps his chest and says, my fault. And now Ted Valentine going to stop Filipowski and Bacot in the center jump circle on the way back down the floor to say something to them. 4-2 Carolina, but Duke with the basketball. Heels only had 5 turnovers in the game against Duke in the Smith Center. You heard Hubert Davis in the pregame say that was a big reason why he thought Carolina had success. It was the fewest, tied for the fewest, the Heels had all year. Roach to Filipowski. Little push shot in the paint, won't go. Ingram collects the rebound for Carolina. To Cadeau, crosses the court right side to Davis. Quick extra pass to Ryan for 3 in the corner.
Great play by Cadeau, hitting RJ across the court to Ryan in 3.
Duke quickly the other way. McCain gets deep, can't hit the layup. Rebound to RJ Davis in Carolina. Heels up 7-2 on the run. Ryan again, right corner again, splashes again.
Almost exact same shot, except it went from RJ to Ingram across the court to Ryan in the corner.
10-2 Carolina with the lead and on a 6-0 run with back-to-back threes from Cormac Ryan. Carolina with the advantage, Duke with the basketball. Proctor to a cutting Mitchell. His shot in traffic, got the roll. It spun around the rim as he pushed it in from the left side.
Tough shot by Mitchell from about 4 feet. Great defense.
Carolina up 10-4. Both of Duke's baskets have been challenged in the lane. Heels up 10-4. Cadeau has a switch. Mitchell guarding him. Cadeau kicks it over on the right wing to Ingram. Ingram trying to back in now against Proctor. Still 10 on the shot clock. Ingram muscles it up and off the glass from the right side.
That was a big emphasis for them this week. Those switches, they want to make sure that they get Ingram in the post. Ingram just took his time there against Proctor, backed him down, got to the shot he wanted with the right-handed hook.
So 12-4, Carolina matches its biggest early advantage as, again, a jump shot. Filipowski misses at the free throw line. Rebound to Cadeau. Cadeau on the run. Bounce pass to Ryan. Goes to the rim. Can't finish through contact. Duke with the rebound. Cadeau, though, gets the steal in the backcourt. Dives to the floor. To Ryan for 3. Yes!
Great play by Cadeau. Ryan just happened to be standing there. Cadeau dove on the floor, rolled over, and threw it right to him for the 3.
Duke takes a timeout with 16:27 to go as that will stretch to a full here in Cameron as Ryan has hit 3 early threes to give the Tar Heels a 15-4 advantage over Duke. I'll make sure this is going to be a full timeout here in Cameron. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, so we'll take a break too. 16:27 to go. Heels up 15-4. Ryan 3 threes early, pacing Carolina to an 11-point lead from Learfield. Hot start for the Tar Heels. They lead at 15-4, 16:27 to go in the first half. Duke takes a timeout to try and slow the Tar Heel momentum. Our broadcast this evening and the Carolina-Duke rivalry presented by SRS. Company by company, person by person, rooftop by rooftop. SRS delivers more than building products. SRS delivers the American dream. And creeping up on summertime, and that means basketball camps are back. Young men who will be in grades 6 or 7 during the 24-25 school year can apply for a scholarship through their local electric cooperative to attend the UNC basketball school this June. Apply online at ncelectriccooperatives.com/sportscamps. North Carolina's electric cooperatives building a brighter future for people and communities across the Tar Heel state. Carolina 6 of 7 shooting, 3 of 3 from 3, all those by Ryan, and that hustle by Cadeau, the 3 by Ryan, prompts the timeout by Duke.
Yeah, I think so far we've just done a great job of executing our game plan. You know, they're going to switch 1 through 4, so we got the ball to Ingram inside and then pushing the pace. Both of the times RJ and Cadeau threw the ball across court. Ryan did a great job running to the corner, wide open threes. And then the last one he hit was just a tough shot after a great hustle by Cadeau.
So 15-4, Carolina with the early advantage and Duke with the basketball. Roach has it top left to Mitchell on the wing left, outside the arc. Jab step, drives against Ingram. Contact at the ACC logo, loses the ball. Mitchell gets it back, sends it back middle of the floor to Proctor. To Filipowski, shot clock under 10 as Roach loses it on the dribble. Ryan dives to the floor. He has the basketball and forces it out to Cadeau. Carolina trying to run again. Ingram will have to slow it up on the right side. He'll work around the perimeter to the left and Ryan. Now Proctor guarding him after the hot start for Ryan. Cadeau around a screen, spins to the free throw line, bounces, tried to bounce it to Bacot, but it was poked out of bounds by Filipowski. And so Carolina will be inbounding with 14 on the shot clock and 15:46 on the first half game clock.
Great movement there, just a little errant pass, and just got to tighten it up a little bit.
Inbound sent to Ingram. He'll hand it off to Cadeau. Shot clock down to 9. Ryan catch and shoot another 3. That one's short. A little bit of a heat check as the ball is loose on the floor. Bacot has it and takes a timeout. So Carolina is going to take a timeout with 15:34 to go. So both teams have taken their use it or lose it first half timeout. Bacot doing it to save the possession here early. 15:34 to go, 30 on the shot clock. Carolina will have the basketball. And Z, already we've seen Cadeau, Ryan, Bacot on the floor diving for loose balls.
That's what I was just thinking about. I don't remember the last time in the first 5 minutes you got 3 of your main players on the floor and doing a great job. Bacot there falling on it, had 3 people around him. Call timeout or not, it works great. He saved the possession. And really, you can just see the intensity and the energy these guys are bringing.
So Ryan with 3 early threes has 9 points. Ingram with 4. Bacot has a bucket as well. Mitchell and Filipowski each with the baskets for Duke. 15-4, Carolina with 15:34 to go in the first half. Those stats presented by Lenovo, a global technology leader that has called North Carolina home since 2005. Visit Lenovo.com. Lenovo, smarter technology for all. First sub of the game is Duke. They have brought in Sean Stewart, the freshman who played a season-high 26 minutes, had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks at State on Monday night. And he will replace Mitchell.
And interesting, they're putting him on Bacot right away.
Filipowski guarding Ingram as the inbound goes to Bacot. He'll hand it to Cadeau. In the corner to R.J. Davis. R.J. has not taken a shot yet for Carolina. Back out to Cadeau. Cadeau gets a high screen from Bacot, attacks the rim, and lays it in right side.
Great job by Cadeau. Roach tried to go under the screen. He turned on his speed and just beat him to the basket.
17-4, first basket for Cadeau. Trimble has come to the scorer's table for Carolina as Duke nearly turned it over, but a foul's going to be called on Cadeau as he swiped down to knock the ball away from McCain. So first foul on Carolina. First foul of the game is on Cadeau. Ryan will get a breather, as will Cadeau. Trimble and Withers, traditionally they come in at about this time of the ball game, and those two check in for the Tar Heels. 15:08 to go as Duke inbounds it with the Tar Heels leading 17-4. Filipowski out on the perimeter to Proctor, right back to Filipowski. Trimble trying to stay with Proctor. Proctor around a screen. Big step to the cup and gets the roll on the layup.
Great move by Proctor. Really tough move. He kind of did a mini Euro step into a right-hand floater from about 3 feet. Trying to counter Stewart with Withers here.
R.J. Davis going to run the point with Cadeau on the bench. Davis out near the middle of the floor to Trimble. Cross court right wing to Withers. Wants to find Bacot down low. Gets it to him one-on-one with Stewart. Bacot working against the younger player. Hook shot on the baseline, too strong, but there's Ingram to poke it in with the left hand.
Great rebound on the weak side. They came across to Armando trying to keep him out of the post, and just great job attacking the boards.
Back to a 13-point Tar Heel lead, 19-6. Heels are 8 of 11 from the floor here early on. Filipowski kind of stumbling into the paint, almost traveled. He steps back and hits nothing but the backboard on a three-pointer straight on. Withers picks the rebound up off the deck, hands off to R.J. Davis. Comes front side on the right to a trailing Trimble. Heels work it around back up top to Withers. He'll give it to R.J. Davis. The switch has Stewart guarding him. Carolina wants to open the floor, let Davis try and drive. He does. Gracious. He got drilled to the ground and then had his shot volleyball spiked out of bounds by Stewart. Davis taking hard contact as Ryan Young will check in. Filipowski's going to sit for the first time for Duke. It is Carolina's ball. 11 on the shot clock, 13:48 on the first half game clock. 19-6 as Davis will inbound it. Jalen Washington is going to check in for someone. Armando Bacot. I was trying to see if it was going to be Ingram or Bacot. It will be Bacot who goes to the bench.
They kind of pointed, and both of them are in the same line there.
R.J. Davis trying to get it in, bounces to Washington, hands it right back to Davis. Proctor hounding R.J. Davis to Washington with 6 on the shot clock. Trying to go against Young. Crosses the court, left corner to Trimble. Drives all the way through and stepped on the baseline for the turnover. Honestly, Seth would have been better off taking that corner 3. Shot clock was late. trying to make a smart move to get to the rim, but with the clock how it was, probably should have shot it. Instead, it's a turnover for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, I'm not sure Seth realized that the shot clock was that low when he drove it. Great move by Washington to get across the middle to open him up. Next time, hopefully, Trimble will take it.
Tar Heels showing some pressure in the backcourt. They ease up once it gets into Proctor. He'll bring it front side, guarded by Ingram. Over to McCain, who got the pass, took a couple steps on the perimeter. Quickly to Young. Now to Roach. Roach behind a screen from Young. Goes one way, now the other. Right of the lane. His shot is altered by Washington, and then a rebounding foul called on Duke. As the shot no good, and then Stewart went up over the back, I believe, of Ingram for the first foul called on the Blue Devils.
Yeah, great job blocking out there. Stewart, obviously very athletic. They did a great job getting to his legs. He came in really strong and basically just pushed him over. So we got to make sure we do a better job. Stewart's having trouble hearing the plays right now. A lot of confusion from him on that end of the court.
Ingram, who's played well early, sits down. He has a couple baskets for the Tar Heels as Withers gets it to Washington straight on. Still outside the arc, guarded by Young. Gives it to R.J. Davis. Davis trying to fight through the high hedge of Young. Crosses over against McCain. Drives, dishes to Washington for the two-handed flush over top of a couple different Duke players.
Great play by R.J. Attacking hard. Really thought he was going to shoot it. At the last moment, throws it to Washington, and Washington with a strong dunk across the middle of the lane.
Heels up by 15, 21-6. Carolina has scored on 9 of the 10 possessions in which it hasn't turned the ball over. Proctor drives left of the lane to a trailing Young. Out to McCain, close out by Trimble. McCain pulls up in the mid-range and knocks it in.
And that's what he can do. He did really well. Took 2 dribbles to his left, just pulled up a little kind of fading jump shot. Good defense, just tough shot.
Tar Heels with the 21-8 lead. Withers to Washington. He's going to try a 3 from straight on. No good off the back iron. To Duke. 21-8. Roach gets an open look for 3 in transition off the back iron. No, but Stewart with the offensive rebound, and Duke will reset the possession. Out to Proctor. Proctor to the ACC logo, kicks it out to Roach. 10 on the shot clock for Duke. Carolina up 21-8. Roach to the mid-range, sends it in the corner left, McCain. Trimble there on the catch, and McCain stepped out of bounds as Trimble was hounding him in the corner. That'll be a Duke turnover. 3rd by the Blue Devils. Carolina has turned it over twice, and the Tar Heels will have the ball after this break. Just one scoring change. They've given that tip in that I had said it was Ingram. They gave that tip in to Withers. So Withers with a bucket. Ingram has 4 points, not 6, as we may have said a little bit earlier. That does not change the total score, though. 21-8. Carolina with 11:49 to go in the first half, and the Heels will have the ball when we return. Carolina up 13 from Learfield. Tar Heels 21, Duke 8. 11:49 to play first half in Cameron. Tar Heels 9 of 14 shooting. Duke is 4 of 11. 5 combined turnovers between the two teams. Tar Heels also with a 9-3 advantage on the glass here early on. Those Lenovo stats again brought to you by Lenovo. Lenovo.com. Lenovo Smarter Technology for all. Couple reminders. Food Lion proud to sponsor the Score to give more program for each free throw the Tar Heels make in today's game. Food Lion Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank. There have not been any free throws taken thus far. In fact, there's only been 2 fouls called total, 1 on each team. Cadeau for Carolina, Stewart for Duke. We're also brought to you in part by Fairfield by Marriott, part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels, and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics. Z, 8 minutes and 11 seconds in. Tar Heels up 21-8. What have you seen?
I think really we're just doing a great job with our game plan. Defensively, we're doing a phenomenal job making them take those long mid-range challenge shots. You know, even the shots they've made have been really difficult, getting them into a lot of isolation situations where they're trying to go one-on-one, which is not what they do great. They want to move the ball and try to get those threes, and then offensively just trying to get it to our main guys. You know, Cormac Ryan shooting great right now, and then pushing the pace, trying to make the best possible plays.
Duke has its starting 5 back on the floor. Tar Heels still have some subs. They'll come out with Cadeau, Trimble, Ryan, Withers, and Washington. So Ingram, Davis, and Bacot all on the bench here for Carolina. We'll see how long that lasts with Carolina leading 21-8.
They gave that back to Ingram.
They did. They changed the scoring back So now Ingram with 6 for the Tar Heels. Cadeau, a lazy pass taken away by Proctor, and it's going to be a right-handed dunk. That was just not a great pass by Cadeau, and an easy takeaway for Duke. First time that the crowd's really gotten into it after Proctor's takeaway and dunk makes it 21-10 as the Heels respond with Bacot and Ingram coming to the scorer's table. Cadeau, left side to Trimble. Inside the arc, dribbles to the free throw line, pulls up, and gets the bounce.
Good shot by Trimble. Great screen by Jalen Washington. He was able to get Trimble's man and be able to clear him up to shoot that free throw line jump shot.
23-10. Tar Heels have led by as many as 15, currently leading by 13. As Filipowski has it on the perimeter, poked away by Cadeau, but Filipowski keeps possession. To McCain, hits the brakes, pulls up, long 2 is good. Again, that was good defense by Trimble, forcing a difficult shot, and also a big-time shot by McCain. Now they've stopped the action briefly.
Jalen Washington and Filipowski were talking a little bit, so they wanted to make sure that they didn't get into it.
So the officials stopped the action to try to cool things off. That's twice Filipowski has been singled out by the officials. That does give Carolina a chance to sub. So the Tar Heels bring back in Ingram and Bacot. R.J. Davis still on the bench. Heels have Cadeau, Trimble, Ryan, Ingram, and Armando Bacot. And it's Ingram on the drive, has his shot blocked at the rim, gets its own rebound, though, and then scores from about 6 feet in front of the iron.
Tough shot. He got his shot blocked, got his rebound, took a little one dribble sidestep across the middle of the lane for a jump shot.
So 25-12 the score. Filipowski trying to back in against Bacot. Out to TJ Power, a freshman who's in for the first time for the Blue Devils. Roach back to Power, top left. Now to Mitchell. Carolina going to let him have that 3, which he misses. Rebound tip to Ingram. Ingram will circle it back and slow things down to let Carolina recover. Duke got back quickly. Heels setting up now in the half court. R.J. Davis comes to the scorer's table. 10 minutes gone by first half. Carolina up 25-12. Cadeau on the perimeter, on the left wing. To Trimble on the right side. Jab step. He's guarded by Roach. Hands it back off to Cadeau. Shot clock under 10. Cadeau gets by Roach, gets to the rim, and goes high off the glass for 2.
Great play by Cadeau. Waited for Trimble to clear the middle of the lane and just attacked right behind him and got down the lane, beat Roach to the rim.
27-12. Carolina's 12 of 18 from the floor, but a lot of those shots are either at the rim or open threes that the Tar Heels have taken thus far. Carolina's matched its largest lead. Roach on the drive. Can't finish through contact. Rebound to Ryan. Heels can play 5-on-4 as Roach got tangled up. Ryan goes hard. Tries to scoop it up. No, got it to Bacot and missed the dunk.
Great play. Bacot just missed the dunk at the end. Ryan came underneath and dropped it to Bacot right at the rim.
Third straight game that Bacot has missed a dunk. Mitchell drives against Ingram and is going to go to the free throw line as Ingram tried to block his shot and picked up the personal. First foul on Ingram. And these will be the first free throws of the game. It will be Mark Mitchell going to the line for 2 shots. So Bacot missed 2 dunks against State, missed a dunk early against Notre Dame. That one, now the one he just missed was in some traffic, but I'm sure one that he would consistently feel like he should be able to slam home.
Yeah, Filipowski may have got a piece of that one down there. I'm not sure, but still one he could have made there. Ingram had great defense on Mitchell. Just at the last minute, Mitchell went to his chest and made him come down and foul him.
Mitchell short on the free throw. That'll give both teams a chance to sub. In comes R.J. Davis for Trimble, who gave Carolina some good minutes off the bench. McCain returns for Duke after a brief respite. Mitchell's taken more free throws than anybody on Duke's team. This will be his 145th of the year. Nowhere close to the ACC lead. Judah Mintz has shot almost 100 more free throws than that. And Mitchell, boy, gets the kind bounce. Thought that was going to be too strong, but went off the back iron, popped around, and eventually fell in.
Yeah, bounced around the rim about 3-4 times before that one fell in.
27-13, Carolina by 14 and with the ball. Tough pass from Cadeau to R.J. Davis right of the lane. Proctor right there on the catch. Proctor's almost face guarding R.J. Davis. Ryan, pump fake for 3 against Power. He goes in and heavy contact, no whistle. Here comes Duke the other way. McCain lowers his shoulder against Davis. Nothing there. Out to a trailing Filipowski. Too strong on the 3. McCain with the rebound. Out to Proctor. He'll try the triple. No good. Filipowski, though, able to tip it up and in.
And that's where they thrive, being able to get offensive rebounds and kick out. It's really hard to rebound.
Duke within 12 at 27-15. Bacot hands off to R.J. Davis. Thought about a mile-long 3. Didn't take it. Said he'll go over to Cadeau. In the post, he passes to Bacot one-on-one with Filipowski. Boy, he and Filipowski are all tangled up, and eventually the whistle comes in, and Filipowski is going to get called for the foul. Bacot's arm was up in the chest area of Filipowski, who was just hooking and grabbing it. And the foul on Filipowski is his first. Duke fans wanted a foul on Bacot for getting the arm up. Carolina wanted the foul on Filipowski for taking a grab.
Yeah, I think Filipowski definitely got him there. Bacot kind of got his arm out, and then Filipowski kind of grabbed it, wrapped his arm up around it, and Bacot couldn't get around it because of it.
Duke's going to take Mitchell out, put Stewart back in to guard Bacot, so Filipowski slides over to guard Ingram. Inbounds goes to Bacot. He's one-on-one with the freshman Stewart. Kicks it out to an open R.J. Davis. Catch and shoot. Three is good, and R.J. takes a tumble as he splashes it home.
Great screen by Cadeau. Cadeau handed the ball off, or threw it into Armando, and then screened for R.J.
Carolina back up by 15, matching its largest lead. Filipowski spins into the paint, kicks it back out. Powers' three is blocked. Oh, but a foul is called. Cadeau thought he had blocked the three by Power, but he will be called for the foul. R.J. Davis immediately takes the opportunity to ask Burt Smith how he didn't get the whistle on the other side, as now the freshman Power does get it on that end of the floor. So 3 free throws coming for Power, which will be almost as many he's taken all year. He's 4 of 4 on the season. He'll have 3 when we come back. 7:48 to go first half. Jeff Lebo, Pat Sullivan out having a long talk with Burt Smith. John Shire's not going to let that happen, so he goes out to talk to Tony Henderson here as the two teams head to their bench. 7:48 to play first half. Carolina owning its largest lead of the game of 15, 30-15. The score from Learfield. Lots gone right for the Tar Heels so far. They lead at 30-15 with 7:48 to go first half on that North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what they do best. Although now one thing has gone wrong, and that is Cadeau has 2 fouls. So Cadeau called for the foul on the three-point attempt by T.J. Power. The second foul on Cadeau. Carolina's offense, you look at all the deeper numbers, is so much more efficient with Cadeau on the floor. But he is going to have to sit, at least for a bit, with 2 fouls, 7:48 to play first half. Stations, let's give you an ID break. It will be 3 free throws upcoming for Duke, with Carolina leading 30-15. But let's break 10 seconds down the lines for Station ID on the Tar Heel Sports Network. Tar Heel basketball on the Tar Heel Sports Network, brought to you in part by the Good Feet Store. Foot, knee, hip, or back pain, Good Feet Arch supports are engineered to support all 4 arches to provide pain relief, balance, and comfort. Try them for yourself. Book your free fitting today at goodfeet.com. So, TJ Power to the line, freshman from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Hadn't played a ton for Duke this year, but with the injury to Caleb Foster, 38 of his 159 minutes this season have come in the last 3 games leading into today. Now the officials are talking. I wonder if they may have checked to make sure that was a 3 from Power, which I think it pretty clearly was. So with 7:48 to go, there will be 3 free throws upcoming for Power. Heels up 30-15. First free throw is good. So Carolina still has not shot a free throw. These will be the first free throws. Excuse me. Mitchell went 1 of 2 a moment ago. So second trip to the line for Duke. Power misses the second.
I think we've done a great job, though, so far of just getting what we want. You know, we haven't drawn fouls, but we've pushed the pace. We've done a great job being in transition, being able to get those threes. Just got to be better about not fouling three-point shooters here.
Power goes 2 of 3. He'll come out, and Roach returns. So Duke has 4 starters and Stewart on the floor. Carolina has Trimble back in with Cadeau with the 2 fouls. So it's Davis, Trimble, Ryan, Ingram, and Bacot. 30-17. Tar Heels up by 13 as Davis to the rolling Bacot left of the lane. Double team comes. He kicks it out to Ingram. Pump fake for 3. Drives to the cup, and he's fouled as he tried the layup. First foul, or first opportunity at the free throw line, I should say, coming up for Carolina. And that's the second foul on Sean Stewart. So even though there have only been 6 total fouls called, 3 on each team, 2 of the 3 against Carolina have been on Cadeau, and now 2 of the 3 on Duke have come on Stewart. Ryan Young has come to the scorer's table. We'll see if he's indeed getting Stewart after this first free throw attempt by Harrison Ingram.
Yeah, I think so far, Filipowski got in foul trouble the first game guarding Bacot. So I think they're trying to do their best to keep him off of Bacot, which is how Stewart, he's been on him. Young now should be taking him. And then that play, Ingram did a great job. Filipowski trying to close out on him, shot fake and drive right around him.
Ingram goes 1 of 2, made the first. The second one took a lap on the inner portion of the rim, but popped out. And so it will belong to Duke. 31-17 the score. Roach to Filipowski. Clears some airspace with his elbows against Bacot. Backs in, pump fakes, get Bacot in the air. Ball's still loose and eventually out of bounds off of Carolina. So it will go to Duke. By the way, they've changed that bucket again for Ingram back to Withers, so he has a field goal. Ingram has 7 total points on 3 made field goals and a free throw. 31-17. Roach jab step. Boy, it looked like he traveled as he drove in. Doesn't get the runner, but Ryan Young with the offensive rebound. Duke will reset. Out to McCain. McCain behind the back, gets deep, and a pretty clear foul on R.J. Davis as he swiped down on the forearms of McCain as he tried his shot. First foul on Davis. 4th on Carolina, and more free throws coming. McCain, an 86% shooter, will have 2 shots. Score 31-17. So again, those individual numbers, Ryan with 9, Ingram with 7 to lead the Carolina scoring.
Yeah, McCain there attacked hard to his right, went behind his back, spun, and on the spin, I think RJ thought he could strip him. McCain makes the first one here, but McCain did a great job getting the ball out in front of him, and RJ got his arms. And an interesting matchup here. Ingram is guarding Young, who is a good rebounder, somebody who can just be a big body.
McCain makes both free throws. He's up to 6. And Duke within 12. Largest lead has been 15 for Carolina. Down low it goes to Bacot. One-on-one with Young left of the lane. Tries to spin baseline. Double team comes, so Bacot dribbles out of it. Back out middle of the floor. It goes to R.J. Davis. 12 on the shot clock. And Davis just lost his dribble. Dribbled it off his foot to Proctor, who will get the run out. Just a messy turnover for R.J. Davis.
R.J. tried a little in-out dribble, couldn't decide which way to go, and just lost the ball.
So Duke within 10. First time that Carolina, see how it will respond. It responds with Trimble going down the center of the lane for the finger roll.
Great handoff by Ingram. Ingram got a piece of Trimble's man. He just turned the corner and went right down the lane.
Trimble's hit a couple of big shots for Carolina when Duke's had a little of momentum. And it's back to a 12-point lead. Filipowski trying to back in against Bacot. Spins, can't score. Ingram out of there with the rebound. He'll try and push it. Has Ryan to his left. Gives it to him. Right back to Ingram. Duke recovers nicely. Ingram drives to the ACC logo. He's drilled by Filipowski. Both of them end up on the floor. No basket. Duke with the ball. Ingram and Filipowski still tangled up. Roach on the drive, other side. Hits the other under portion of the rim. Bacot with the rebound to R.J. Davis. He'll pull up for a transition 3. No good. Ingram gets the rebound on that side. Sends it out to Trimble. Back to Davis. One-on-one with Filipowski. He'll back up. 5:35 to go first half. Carolina up 33-21. Davis and Filipowski. Crossover. Davis, drive, kick, corner. Ingram, 3, short. Rebound to Duke. Trimble knocked it out of Filipowski's hands, out of bounds.
Wow. Chaotic about a minute there. Filipowski, Ingram got tied up. Then Ingram fell down while Filipowski was trying to get up. And then on the other end, RJ did a great job there making a play to be able to get help to come over to get Ingram a 3 in the corner. So just kind of chaotic little minute or so there. So hopefully we can get calmed down and get locked back in.
Washington back in for Bacot. Ingram pleaded with Ted Valentine about a trip by Filipowski after the two had taken a spill. Ingram got up to try to get in the action, and he argued that Filipowski tripped him. There's not going to be any look at or monitor on this. Ted Valentine had his, I know if you've seen enough ACC basketball, had his hands behind his back and just kind of stared up, chin up at Ingram as he was talking to him.
He did trip on his leg. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he definitely did trip on his leg.
33-21, Carolina by 12. Heels have led by as many as 15 after a hot start. McCain working hard off the ball to get the ball and knocks in a 3.
McCain came off on the right side, went back to the right side, and then came all the way around to the left side to be able to get that 3.
It's a 9-point Tar Heel lead as Duke starts to warm up offensively. R.J. Davis, runner, gets the roll at the free throw line. Tough shot.
Very tough. He was able to get in front of his man. Proctor's almost pushing him in the back as he makes that low floater from the free throw line.
It was front iron, backboard, and in. That three-pointer, the first three that Duke has made. McCain, same spot, pulls up again. That one's off the mark. Rebound is going to carry him out of bounds to Carolina. Well, Cormac Ryan working hard to stay with McCain, but it's not easy to do.
Yeah, they're running a little floppy set screens on both sides. McCain can come off either way, and Young set a great screen on Ryan there, and he got cracked.
35-24. Cadeau on the bench with 2 fouls, so R.J. Davis brings it front side. Uses a screen to get to the left, picks up his dribble, gets it to Washington. Right back to Davis. Davis weaves through traffic and had it stolen. On the other way, McCain, there's going to be a foul called on the floor on Cormac Ryan as he stopped the fast break with the foul. R.J. Davis asking for a whistle as he has taken some hard contact a few times without a call.
He definitely got hit. I thought he did in live, then they showed the replay. He definitely got hit across the arm there, so might have missed one there. And then Ryan, great job stopping transition with a foul there.
So Carolina, oh my gosh, they just leave Proctor open. I don't know what happened there for 3.
Jalen Washington got stuck in the middle of the lane. He thought he had a big. All of a sudden they came in bounds, and he had a weak side wing that he should have got out to.
So Heels have led by as many as 15. Duke's cut it to 8. Ingram on the left wing. Up high to Washington. Right back to Ingram. Under 4 to go first half. Duke making a push as Ingram drives left of the lane. Spins against Mitchell. Elevates. Hook shot. Rattles out. Rebound to Duke. Blue Devils will try and run. Proctor drives in on the right side. Nothing there. Out to McCain. Good recovery by Trimble. McCain pulls up at the free throw line. Too strong. Good defense by Trimble on that session. R.J. Davis the other way. Pulls up for a transition 3. Way off the mark. Rebound tipped around to Young and Duke. 3:30 to go first half. Blue Devils have the ball. Heels up 8, 35-27.
Felt like that shot by RJ was a little bit of a rush transition shot. He could have got in closer for a layup.
Paxton Wojcik is in, by the way, for the first time and called for a foul as he is called for holding Proctor off the ball. That'll be the 6th foul on Carolina. First on Paxton Wojcik. So the Tar Heels still up 8, but Duke making a push. 35-27 the score with 3:19 to go in the first half. Duke will have it inbounding after this break. Heels by 8 from Learfield. (35-27) Carolina by 8 with 3:19 to go in the first half. Our broadcast presented in part by Allen Tate Realtors. Whether you're buying, selling, relocating, or seeking financing or insurance, Allen Tate can help. Allen Tate Realtors, the #1 realtor in the Carolinas with more than 70 local offices and a proud partner of Carolina Athletics. Well, Carolina's offense with Cadeau on the bench has looked a little muddled. Just 2 of 7 with 2 turnovers in the 4.5 minutes since Cadeau picked up his second foul. They've lost 5 points off their lead. It's been as large as 15. It was 13 when Cadeau went to the bench. It's currently 8 at 35-27.
Yeah, I think really the thing you see biggest with him off the floor is RJ has to be on the ball more. RJ does so much off the ball, just creating things and making things happen. Putting him on the ball, the defense can really kind of look at him, centralize, make sure that he can't go anywhere, and makes it a lot more difficult. And then it also takes away a prime opportunity for him to do some things off the ball that make them help in weird ways. So hopefully Cadeau can stay locked in and start the second half well, and hopefully we can finish the first half well here without him.
Yeah, he's going to stay on the bench. So Carolina comes out of the timeout with Davis, Trimble, Wojcik, Ingram, and Bacot back in. Largest lead has been 15. It was 15 a couple times. At the last point that it was 15, it was 30-15. Duke has outscored Carolina 12-5 since then, to be within 8 at 35-27. That foul on Wojcik before the timeout, the 6th on Carolina, so Duke will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Duke's been called for 3 total fouls here in the first half. So the Tar Heels nowhere close to free throws, at least on common fouls, as Trimble tips away the inbounds, gets the steal, and then got hit in the face Bert Smith blows the whistle to stop the action. It will be Carolina's ball as Trimble got hit in the face after getting the steal. And they've, in fact, called a foul on Mark Mitchell for hitting Trimble up in the bridge of the nose area. I think looks like he's kind of fiddling with his right eye.
Might have contacts. I don't know if he does or not, but it kind of looks like he's trying to fix something there.
Foul on Mitchell is first, fourth on Duke. It was not a malicious play by Mitchell. He was going after the loose ball, but he certainly did catch Trimble in the nose-eye area. So Carolina is going to have the basketball. Cormac Ryan coming to the scorers table for the Tar Heels. Right now, though, it's Trimble on the left wing with the basketball in the half court. Drives against Mitchell, almost turned it over, but is able to get the ball to ping-pong its way to Ingram in the right corner. Backing in against Roach. Out to Trimble. One-on-one with Mitchell. Pulls up at the free throw line. Trimble gets the roll again. Seth Trimble with 6 big points here in the first half.
Great shot by Trimble. I'm not sure that's one we want to live with all night, but a little double crossover and a little pull-up at the free throw line.
He's hit 2 free throw line jumpers and then a hard drive for some big buckets to make it 37-27. Heels back up by 10. Duke, though, with the basketball. McCain with Trimble right there in his pocket. Bounces to Young. Right back to McCain. McCain drives through the top of the key, and he's going to earn a foul on Trimble. Trimble he's coming now to Hubert Davis. I think he's really being bothered by whatever happened to his right eye, and he's going to come out. Ryan will come in. Trimble's going to go see Doug Halverson. You're right, Z. I think it's a contact issue where Trimble's really having some issues with his vision. The foul on Trimble, his first, but 7th on Carolina. So McCain, 2 of 2 and an 86% shooter, goes to the line for the 1-and-1 with 2:28 to go in the first half. Heels up 37-27. Free throw is good by McCain.
Yeah, hopefully Trimble can get back in with Cadeau out already. He's doing a great job on McCain, chasing him off all those screens, making everything really difficult on him.
McCain with 10, Proctor with 9, so they have 19 of Duke's 28 points. And give him another as McCain hits the free throw.
And Duke's done most of this with Filipowski on the bench. He's back in now, but they've looked really good without him so far.
37-29. Carolina with both Cadeau and Trimble on the bench at the moment, working in the half court. Ryan has Filipowski guarding him, and he takes the big man and draws the foul. That's the second on Filipowski.
And that's the danger of the way Duke plays defense. They switch 1 through 4. They're making sure that Filipowski stays at the 4, which traditionally they'll move him to the 5. But he's going to have to guard these guys off the dribble, and so far he hasn't done a great job at it.
So 2 fouls on Filipowski. Stewart also has 2 fouls for Duke. This will be 2 shots for Cormac Ryan. Just the 3rd and 4th free throws that Carolina has shot here in the first half. Ingram went 1 of 2 a few minutes ago. Ryan hits the first. Withers in, Wojcik out. So Carolina with a big lineup out there. Davis, Ryan, Withers, Ingram, and Bacot. 2:15 to go in the first half. Heels up 38-29. Second free throw from Ryan is short.
And Duke leaving Filipowski in with 2 fouls.
So Carolina just 2 of 4 from the line here in the first half. Leads it by 9. Roach back in, has it on deep on the left wing to Filipowski, right back to Roach. Around a screen, short bounce pass to Filipowski. Goes to Proctor, right side. His drive and kick into the corner. Open look for Roach is too strong. Rebound, though, by Young. Thought about going back up. Instead, out to Proctor. Another wide open look at 3, no good. Rebound tipped around. Young had it momentarily, but it squirts out to Bacot. Young is really working hard on the offensive glass for Duke.
He is. He's getting hands on a lot of balls there, and really just got to do a better job of getting him out of there.
R.J. Davis bounces to Bacot. Right back to R.J. Pulls up for the mid-range 2. Too strong. Bacot with the rebound. He'll go back up with the hook. Shot does not get the roll. Minute 25 to go first half. Heels up 9. Duke with the ball.
Young, great job there taking the chest blow from Bacot and getting back.
Proctor to a cutting Filipowski. Nothing in the paint. Sends it out to McCain to reset. Duke on the perimeter. Filipowski has it again. Tar Heels up 9. Filipowski picks up his dribble, sends it out middle of the floor to Roach. Roach around a screen. Drives hard right of the lane. Boy, that was easy as he was able to lay it in.
Yeah, Roach just attacked Bacot in the drop, pick and roll coverage, and was able to beat him to the rim.
Tar Heels have already used that use it or lose it timeout. So they're up 7 with 50 seconds to go. First half. Ingram trying to drive hard against Roach on the left. Stops on the low left block. Duke hanging around. Will they double? No. He'll kick it in the corner right to Withers. Open three is short. Rebound to Proctor. Carolina has come up empty here on some shots as of late. Have had some good looks that have not gone. Heels led by as many as 15. Duke's cut it to 7 with the ball. There's about an 8-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Proctor dribbling in the center jump circle. Game clock down to 20. Guarded by Ryan. Here comes Filipowski to set a screen. Proctor, he'll switch the screen. Proctor has Bacot guarding him now. He's going to try a step back three. It's too strong. Ingram with the rebound. Still 10 seconds to go. Carolina up 7. Ingram, front side on the right. Ingram gets deep, pulls up for the mid-range, an air ball, but there's Withers who tips it in at the horn. Carolina will go up 9 into the halftime locker room.
Great job by Withers to be able to run down the floor, just stand at the rim, and just get the rebound for a putback.
40-31. Carolina led by as many as 15. Duke makes the push, but Withers gives the Heels a little push of momentum with the putback before the buzzer. 40-31. Carolina by 9 at halftime. Carolina 40, Duke 31 going to the second half. So that's all for the Wells Fargo halftime show. Brought to you by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. Also means it's time for the trusted choice of the game. Brought to you by the trusted choice independent insurance agents of North Carolina, who want you to stay safe behind the wheel. Put down your phone while driving so we can have a hands-free NC. To learn more and find an agent near you, visit trustedchoice.com/GoHeels. Z, what is important in your mind in the second half for Carolina?
I think the biggest thing, just making sure that we continue to defend the three-point line. You know, they were able to get a few rebounds off that, but I think even the three-point line is going to be the thing that's going to determine how well we do this half. They do really well when they hit some threes, and they get really hot from there. But really, the first half, we only gave up those 2 threes, one to Proctor, which was a lost defensive assignment, and one was to McCain, who just made a really good play.
Now, Carolina, 12 of 17 from the field with Cadeau on the floor. He did not play the last 7+ minutes of the first half due to 2 fouls. He is back out there to start the second half. Carolina will have its starting 5. Cadeau, Davis, Ryan, Ingram, Bacot as the 5 on the floor. It will be Duke's ball first. Carolina won the opening tip. There were no jump balls in the first half.
And, you know, they are attacking Cadeau. They know he's a little foul prone. They got a lot of really good guards. So they're trying to get him in foul trouble, knowing our team's not quite as good when he's not on the floor.
40-31 Carolina. Here we go, second half in Cameron. Inbounds goes to Proctor. He'll walk it and stop as he gets across the center jump circle. McCain circling the perimeter off the ball. Still Proctor dribbling on the ball. Gets to the left elbow. Extra pass to Filipowski. Can't finish. Rebound to Cadeau. Cadeau will bring it front side for Carolina. Heels going left to right as we see it here in the second half in Durham. Cadeau between the circles to Bacot. Top right, back to the basket. Couple of left-handed dribbles. Going to hand it back to Cadeau. Shot clock down to 11. Carolina trying to get Davis free off the ball. They find him. Extra pass to Ryan. Catch and shoot 3 from the left side is short. Rebound to Mitchell for Duke. Each team got a good look, but neither team scored on its first possession. Roach is stripped going the other way, but rolls to Filipowski, who's able to put it up and in.
Lucky play there. Roach got stripped. Just kind of fell into Filipowski's hands, who made a tough layup.
So Duke within 7 at 40-33. Cadeau on the left sideline. Tough bounce pass to Bacot, taken away by Filipowski. Here comes Duke the other way with a chance to cut into this Tar Heel lead, which is 7. Filipowski trying to back in against Ingram. Gets a step into the paint and hooks it home. So Duke scored the first 4 points of the second half. They're within 5. Big early possession here in the second half for Carolina. Heels have a missed shot and a turnover on their first 2 possessions.
Yeah, we got to be able to make sure we get a great shot here.
Bacot to Cadeau, right of the lane. Dribbles to the free throw line. His runner is no good, but he draws the foul, and if that's Filipowski, it's 3, and it is.
But Filipowski right now, I don't know if he's upset or what, but he's being ultra aggressive, and I feel like that was not a very smart foul on him, but thankfully Cadeau was able to draw it on him. It'll be interesting here what they do if you leave him in with those 3 fouls or try to get him out early.
Filipowski has fouled out just once this year and 3 times in his Duke career. 2 shots for Cadeau. His first attempts at the line. No good. Carolina's just 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Very good free throw shooting team at 75%, fifth best in the league. And Cadeau, 64% this season.
Filipowski's coming out super aggressive to start this half, so we need to make sure we focus on him and don't give him any easy post-ups like we did last possession.
Cadeau goes 1 of 2, so it's 41-35, but Duke has scored 4 points. The Carolinas 1 here to start the second half, and Duke has the ball. Proctor to Filipowski. Pump fake for 3. Eyes it, takes it, and swishes it home.
That's one of those you knew they were going to try to get it back to him. He is talking a lot, but knew he was going to get back to him. A little jab step to the 3.
He has all 7 of Duke's second half points. Big possession again for Carolina as Duke's within 3 at 41-38. Heels look a little tentative right now. Ryan tries to drive right in the lane, cut off, sends it out to R.J. Davis. Davis one-on-one with Proctor. Crossover. Gets to the rim and lays it in right side. R.J. Davis coolly gives the Heels a big 2.
Really hard layup. Able to get to Proctor's chest and be able to just create enough space to get a shot off.
Carolina back up 5, 43-38. Filipowski, all 7 of Duke's points here in the second half. To Proctor, back to Filipowski. Pump fake and drive against Bacot, and he's going to earn a foul on Bacot. Filipowski grabbing his jaw, acting as though he got hit in the face. It will be 2 shots coming for Filipowski. Foul on Bacot, just his first. And first on Carolina.
Yeah, they're doing a great job trying to put Armando in the tough spots guarding the pick and rolls. They obviously saw something in the first half. There they went to a side pick and roll. We sent it down to the baseline. Filipowski popped. A tough closeout for Armando to get back to.
2 shots for Filipowski. His first attempts. He is a 67% shooter, but better than that in the last 5 games. He's 10 of his last 12. 43-38. Carolina led by 15 in the first half. Duke, though, cut it down to 9 at halftime. And they're within 4 after the first free throw goes in. It's been all Filipowski this half. 8 points. All 8 of Duke's points this half. He has 12 for the game.
And they really did a good job adjusting. They put him on the perimeter. He was in the paint a lot the first half. Second half, he's playing on the perimeter basically all the time right now.
Goes 1 of 2, though, at the stripe as the second one pops out to Ingram. So 43-39 as Carolina heads front side, now with a 4-point lead. 17-18 to play, second half in Durham. Ryan gets it into Bacot, trying to go against Filipowski, who has 3 fouls. Bacot can't finish with the hook shot over the defense.
Great patience, just has to make that little left-handed hook shot.
Got to make that one. Filipowski was being careful as McCain at the free throw line out to Roach. Big 3 on the way. It's good.
That's a tough one. Duke's feeling good right now. They're moving well on offense. Roach able to knock down that 3.
Duke 4 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3. They're within 1. Those numbers in the second half. Carolina. Davis going to try and answer. Air ball on the jumper. Wild shot from RJ. Duke can take the lead. Cormac Ryan slips and falls. Heels able to pick up defensively, though. Roach, big step into the paint, can't finish. Rebound to Ingram. Carolina gets a needed stop. Still up just 1. Long pitch ahead to Ryan on the right sideline. Spins into the paint, and he's fouled.
Great job by Cadeau hitting head to Ryan. Ryan saw that he had a one-on-one matchup and attacked it. Able to draw the foul, I think, on McCain.
You're going to call it on Mitchell, Z. It's his second.
Yeah, Mitchell came over to try to help on the weak side and ended up hitting him on the arm.
So 2 shots coming for Ryan. Duke has outscored Carolina 11-3 to start this half. They've made 4 of 6 shots, including 2 made threes. You knew the Blue Devils would make a push. Let's see if Carolina can stay calm as Ryan hits the free throw for his 11th point.
Yeah, they close this lead, but we're still up 2. We just got to make sure we stay composed, get our offense going a little better. We're a little stagnant on offense, and defensively be able to slow them down. They're moving really well and moving the ball well.
16:22 to go as Ryan hits them both. 45-42.
It'd be interesting if they try to go back to Filipowski pick and roll into the pop and try to let him make a play.
Proctor front side does indeed get the screen from Filipowski. He's going to try the rolling 3. It's short. Rebound off the deck to Cormac Ryan. He'll slow it down to Cadeau. Carolina up 3 with the ball. 45-42. Seth Trimble comes to the scorer's table for the Heels. Bacot trying to get position down low. Can't do it. A wild shot by Cadeau. He wanted a foul on the drive and brought it way down low for the scoop. That hit nothing but backboard. Duke the other direction after the rebound. Filipowski, top right. Now a couple of dribbles to get across the top of the key to the left side. Looking for a teammate as he picks up his dribble, finds McCain. McCain, hard drive, stopped at the free throw line by Ryan, has to send it out. Shot clock under 10 for Filipowski. Driving down the center of the lane, and he's fouled by Ingram. Bacot lost Filipowski on the perimeter. Ingram came over to help, and that's going to put Filipowski to the free throw line when we come back. But Duke has outscored the Heels 11-5 to start the second half to get within 3 at 45-42. And Filipowski for 2 shots when action resumes. 45-42 our score. 15:31 to play from Learfield. Our coverage of Carolina Duke and the Tar Heel Duke rivalry brought to you by SRS. Company by company, person by person, rooftop by rooftop. SRS delivers more than building products. SRS delivers the American dream. We're also brought to you in part by Modelo, proud to sponsor Carolina basketball. Modelo, an official beer of the Tar Heels. Well, Duke has started this half hot. 4 of 7, 2 of 3 from 3. Filipowski has 8 of the 11 points for the Blue Devils and 2 free throws coming. Meanwhile, the Tar Heels are just 1 of 5 from the floor. RJ Davis has a layup. The Heels 2 of 1 from 3 this half. Obviously not terrible, but they made their first 3 threes. That was Cormac Ryan early. Carolina's 1 of 8 since then from three-point range. Neither team has shot great from out there. Heels 4 of 11. Duke is 4 of 14. So in total, 45-42 Carolina. 15:31 to play in the second half. And Filipowski, who has 3 fouls, but also has 8 points this half, is going to the free throw line. See a lot of that high pick and roll with Filipowski for Duke's offense here in the second half.
Yeah, they're really trying to put Armando in tough position. They're trying to make him close out. He's deep in his drop on the pick and roll coverage. And then coming out of the lane, he's trying to close out to Filipowski, who can shoot. So you got to close out and respect it. And he's getting downhill on him. So really interested to see what the adjustment is here. Withers is coming in the game. They may put Withers on Filipowski and make him, he'd be a better matchup on the perimeter for him. But if they do that, it'll be interesting. Filipowski tries to go back into the post.
Yeah, so Carolina is going to bring in Trimble and Withers. So they'll have Davis, Trimble, Ryan, Withers, Bacot as the 5 on the floor. Filipowski has taken 5 of Duke's 7 shots this half, and he will have taken all 4 of Duke's free throws this half as well after he takes these 2. 15:31 to go, 45-42. Filipowski made 1 of 2 at the line a moment ago for the Blue Devils. Again, they have outscored Carolina 11-5, and it stays that way as that free throws off the back right iron. No good. Second one on the way for Filipowski.
You could definitely tell that they're trying to get Filipowski the ball all they can. You know, they've got those guys stuck in the corner, not really even doing anything other than watching him try to get down the lane.
So 1 of 2 for Filipowski. He's going to come out. Ryan Young comes in. Hubert Davis and Ted Valentine were having a very animated discussion during those free throws. Heels up 2, 45-43. Carolina wants to get it to Bacot. They do so outside the paint against Young. Backing in against him. Spins baseline. Muscles it up for 2 in the foul.
Great job by Bacot, just being aggressive. Attacked him hard. 2 dribbles to the middle, spun baseline, and really took his time. So Young jumped too early, and he went right through him.
So Bacot, that's just his second field goal. He has 4 points. Can make it 5 at the free throw line.
That's what we need from Bacot, though. We're struggling a little bit on offense. Being able to throw him the ball and be able to get 2 points is something that you can't, it's invaluable.
Free throw's good, and just like that, Duke brings Filipowski back into the ball game to get Young. So Filipowski only sits for that 1 defensive session in which Bacot got the bucket and foul. Remember, Filipowski does have 3 fouls, the only player for either team with 3. 48-43, Carolina by 5. Heels led by 9 at halftime, as many as 15 after a really hot start to the ball game. Roach on the left wing, drives baseline, left, swatted away by Withers. Loose ball out to Trimble. Trimble's going to hit the Jets, go to the rim against Filipowski. Can't finish, but Withers comes in and muscles it home with the right hand.
Withers had some very timely baskets. Trimble, great job pushing the pace, and then Withers just doing a great job running the floor, nobody blocking out in transition, and follows it up.
Yeah, he got the block on one end and then the putback on the other. Proctor weaving through traffic. Has his shot blocked, this time by Bacot. To Trimble, long push ahead to Cormac Ryan for the left-handed layup.
Great pass by Trimble. I'm not sure how he threw that one. Kind of floating to the side and just threw it over the top to everybody. Ryan running the floor for a layup.
Back-to-back blocks as now Duke is going to take a timeout. The Blue Devils made the push at the start of the half. Carolina has answered with a 7-0 run to take a 9-point lead back. 52-43, 14-24 to go. The timeout by Duke will stretch to a full. Tar Heels back up by 9. They've now matched the second half scoring with Duke at 12 apiece to regain that 9-point lead the Heels had at the half. 52-43 our score, 14-24 to go from Learfield.
We're on the road with Honda dealers of the Carolinas. If you're a Tar Heel fan, don't just cheer for the best, drive the best. Drive a Honda. Better hurry, they're going fast. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
52-43, Carolina with 14-24 to play. A couple things. First, a reminder after the game, we'll have our Best in the Game feature brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. That's our player of the game. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Cormac Ryan has 14 for Carolina. Boy, Jalen Withers been huge off the bench. Trimble's been good off the bench. Carolina's bench in total has outscored Duke's bench 14-2. That includes 6 by Trimble and 6 by Withers. So a couple of individuals stepping up big for Carolina. That's with Bacot and R.J. Davis having just 12 points on 5 of 14 shooting. 14-24 to go. Heels up 52-43. We're going to break 10-second station ID down the lines on the Tar Heel Sports Network. It's a new season at Kohl's with everyday styles at great prices. You can get more of what you want for less. Find go-tos for going everywhere and perfect picks for your home. Shop Kohl's and Kohl's.com today. That's KOHLS.com. One more reminder on that North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what they do best. 52-43 Carolina. Duke called the timeout with the Heels on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, I think we did a great job there responding. You really started with Bacot down in the post, doing a great job just being physical, getting that foul, and then being able to push the ball in transition, steal a couple easy ones.
Duke has its starting 5 on the floor. Carolina has Davis, Trimble, Ryan, Withers, Bacot. Filipowski playing with 3 fouls for Duke. Inbounds goes to Proctor. Bounce pass to Filipowski on the left wing. Going to go hard against Bacot. Boy, nice pump and pivot. Got Bacot in the air, and Filipowski finished.
Filipowski's super talented. I mean, it's a great move coming across the middle of the lane. Little ball fake. Got Armando to jump and shot the layup.
So Duke back within 7 at 52-45. R.J. Davis. Duke showing hard on the screen. So Davis has to stretch the play out. Gets it to Trimble. Now to Bacot in the post. Filipowski with the 3 fouls. Bacot goes up against him. Can't score. Withers, though, the offensive rebound. Has it knocked away, but it falls to Ryan. Right back to Withers. Oh, he tried to wrap a pass to Bacot and turned it over. I think he could have gone up against Filipowski, but elected instead to try and pass. McCain the other way to Mitchell on the low left block. Can't finish. Withers with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, Withers is everywhere right now. He contested that shot, got the rebound on the other end. Great job.
R.J. Davis the other direction for Carolina. To Ryan. In the post to Bacot. Going to go up strong against McCain for the bucket.
Yep. Armando able to fight off Filipowski there, catch it in the middle of the lane. Filipowski kind of fell down, gained his, made sure he didn't fall over and took it up strong.
Yeah, McCain rotated over to defend as Filipowski's going to try a straight-on 3. It's short. Rebound to Mitchell, though, at the free throw line. And Duke will get another opportunity. Filipowski has it again on the left wing this time, over to Roach. Heels up 9. Roach, jump stop left of the lane on the drive, sends it out. Boy, almost knocked away by Trimble, but goes to Proctor. Proctor to Filipowski on the right elbow. Shot clock is at 3. A step back, really tough shot is nothing but air for Filipowski. He complains that he got a foul. Here comes the Tar Heels the other way. Bacot. Oh, he cleaned the lane for Davis, who then turned it over. If Davis had just gone to lay it up left to the lane, I think he has a bucket. Instead, he tried to pitch it to Ryan and threw it too high and hot out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he thought Ryan was going to run to the corner. Ryan ran to the rim, and so when he threw the ball, he threw it like he was in the corner, and it was just a little too hot.
Big moment. Bacot and Withers sit down. Washington comes in. So does Ingram. So it's going to be Washington guarding Filipowski. 54-45 Carolina with 12:35 to go. Proctor out to Filipowski. Going to drive hard against Washington. Jump stop, muscles it up, and a foul called on Jalen Washington.
And Jalen Washington does a great job on the perimeter. He struggles a little bit sometimes when guys get to his chest, which Filipowski either knew or got lucky there, but he went right to his chest, and Washington came down and fouled him.
So Tar Heels called for their third foul this half.
It's an interesting lineup. I mean, Washington is a really good defender. Sometimes when he's guarding one-on-one, it's a little more difficult. Filipowski obviously playing at a really high level right now, so trying to get Bacot a break and trying to find somebody who can guard him a little better.
Free throw no good. Too strong off the back iron. So Filipowski has gone 2 of 5 at the line here in the second half. 12:31 to play. 54-45 Carolina. Ryan Young waiting at the scorer's table. He'll get Filipowski if this second free throw goes in, which it does.
And I think they're trying to get Filipowski a little break while Bacot's in. So maybe there's a little strategy of taking Bacot out to try to get Filipowski out, get him cooled off a little bit.
Davis, Trimble, Ryan, Ingram, Washington, the 5 on the floor for Carolina. Davis taps his chin as he comes front side. To Ingram, up top to Washington. Couple of dribbles for Washington. Picks up that dribble. Needs some help. Hands off to R.J. Davis. Getting to the right elbow on the drive. Cut off by Roach. Has to back up. Shot clock under 10. Trimble now in the corner. Going to drive hard to the ACC logo. His jumper spins out. It's still loose. The rebound. Young able to get it before Washington can pick it up off the floor.
Jalen Washington in there just fighting for the rebound. Got a piece of it.
54-46. Tar Heels up 8. They led by 9 at halftime. Proctor uses a Ryan Young screen to get right of the lane. Stop there at the elbow. Sends it out left side to Roach. Jab step. Pocket pass to Young. Extra pass taken away. And then Young just grabs Ingram in the open floor on the foul.
Probably a good foul, though. Ingram was about to start a 3-on-2 break. Really stopped the break for him.
That's a couple. We've seen each team almost overpass at times. I think Young could have taken that shot from about 10 feet in the middle of the lane. Tried to make an extra pass that Ingram took away. 54-46. Carolina by 8. 11:41 to go in Durham from Learfield. Tar Heels by 8. 54-46 with 11:41 to go. Carolina led by 15 after a really hot start. Duke whittled that down to 9 at halftime. Then the Blue Devils came out of the locker room like gangbusters, cut Carolina's lead all the way down to 1. Heels stretched it back to 9. Now it sits at 8 with Carolina having the basketball. 54-46, 11:41 to go in the second half. We're brought to you in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, official health insurance partner of Carolina Athletics. Believes an inclusive community is a healthy community. Here for the Tar Heels, here for all. And every assist, Harris Teeter is assisting you with groceries this basketball season. Each week, one winner will receive free groceries for every assist. Visit harristeeter.com and look for the Big 4 grocery assist page to enter today. Second half, Lenovo stats. Carolina 5 of 12, 0 of 1 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 3 turnovers. Duke is 5 of 13, 2 of 4 from 3, 3 of 6 at the line with 1 turnover. Stats presented by Lenovo, global technology leader that has called North Carolina home since 2005. Visit Lenovo.com. Lenovo, smarter technology for all. Z, 11:41 to go. Heels up 8.
It's been interesting. You know, Filipowski's obviously been the center point of their offense, but just looking at these stats, McCain played really well. Proctor played really well in the first half, and they really haven't had many opportunities in the second half. So it'll be interesting as Filipowski gets tired. Hopefully he stops scoring as much if those guys try to come back around.
He and Bacot, talking about Filipowski, both back in. Heels have their starting 5 on the floor. Duke has 4 starters and Sean Stewart, the freshman, out there right now. Left corner, it is Ingram against Filipowski. Ingram trying to drive against him. Kicks it to Ryan right side inside the arc. Steps back. Now he drives. Pushes it up. Tough shot over top of McCain.
Tough shot. Really went right at McCain. Drove baseline with his right hand there. Got right to him. Got bumped and was able to finish.
Heels up 10, 56-46. Proctor guarded by Cadeau, who is back in as we mentioned. Filipowski now, who's been really good in this half. Cadeau knocks away the handoff pass, dives to the floor, saves it. It's loose out in the middle of the deck. Filipowski goes to get it, though. For Duke, it's going to be a scramble open 3 for Proctor.
One of those tough situations where Ingram dove on the ground, Could have got it. They did a great job recovering it. We were a man down, and Proctor ended up open.
56-49, as there's going to be a foul before Carolina could get it to Bacot in the post on Stewart for grabbing him. That's 3 now on Stewart. 5th foul on Duke this half. Same amount they were whistled for in the first half. So the three-pointer by Proctor, Duke's 3rd 3 this half, after they made 2 in the first half. 56-49. Inbounds goes to Bacot. One-on-one with Stewart. Backing in against the freshman. Spins baseline. Goes up and scores.
Great job by Bacot. Just getting to the rim. 2 dribbles, middle again, spun baseline. Possibly fouled, didn't call it, but finished strong.
7 for Bacot this half. He has 9 for the game. Roach out on the perimeter. Gets free for a moment, pushes it over to McCain. Now to Filipowski. Right back to McCain. Filipowski sets the quick screen. McCain on the drive, and he gets the layup to go.
And Bacot on that play was just worried about Filipowski. Returned too early to him and allowed McCain to get down the middle of the lane.
58-51 as Ryan gets it down to Bacot, but before he could dunk it in, Stewart called for another foul. That's 4 now on Stewart as he grabbed Bacot before he could flush it. And so Stewart is going to have to sit. Here comes Ryan Young. So Stewart has 4, Filipowski with 3, Young has 2. Talking about the fouls for Duke. 10:06 to go.
And if Young picks up a foul here, Filipowski's going to have to guard Bacot, which could get interesting.
Tar Heels get it into Bacot. He's going to try and back in against Young. Kicks it out to Ryan. Catch and shoot 3. Good from the right side.
Great job by Bacot. McCain helped in on him, took that one step, and it right immediately hit Ryan for the 3.
First 3 for Carolina since the 8-minute mark of the first half. Makes it 61-51. Ryan now with 19 to lead the Carolina scoring. He's the only Tar Heel in double figures. Roach on the perimeter, gets to the left elbow, lost the ball, goes up for a shot. Oh, Ryan thought he had blocked it cleanly, but he's called for a foul, and then Roach, as he got the ball back, shoved the ball in Ryan's chest. Ryan was too busy trying to go get Bacot away from following Burt Smith because Bacot frustrated that he hasn't earned a few fouls on the other side. So it's going to end up being Roach 2 shots when it's all said and done. The foul on Ryan is 2nd, 4th on Carolina this half.
And really what's interesting here is with Young in instead of Stewart, Bacot's able to guard Young. Young can't shoot. He's going to play mostly inside and rebound as makes the free throw here. But that allows Filipowski to be guarded by Ingram, and so far he hasn't gone in the post. He stayed on the perimeter, which Ingram can guard him there.
So Roach, a good free throw shooter at 86%, as Z told you, made the first to make it 61-52. Second one is up, and that's good as well. 61-53. Roach asking for noise from the Carolina or the Cameron crowd here in Durham. Cadeau attacks right of the lane, steps through, tried to pass it to Ingram, and it was tipped out of bounds by Duke. Filipowski wants a replay, but you can't check it until there's 2 minutes or less on the clock, so it will stay with Carolina.
Cadeau, great move there. He actually probably could have laid it up.
Yeah, it's a couple times it feels like Carolina's overpassed. Inbounds goes to Bacot. He wants to go one-on-one with Young. And Ted Valentine from out near midcourt calls the foul on Bacot as he was backing in against Young. Make sure those cameras are on TV, Teddy.
Yeah, Young threw his head back because Bacot hit him. He didn't hit him that hard. He just threw his head back and sold it.
61-53. 9:18 to go. Carolina got to keep its cool. It's a little frustrated with the officials right this second. Proctor has it tipped away from behind by Cadeau. Into Bacot's hands. He gets the push ahead to Ingram. Extra pass, corner Ryan. Doesn't take the 3. Instead, he drives through. He'll go up against Young. Can't get the bucket, but he does draw the foul.
That's huge. That's 3 on Young. Now they got all 3 of their bigs with foul trouble.
Yep. Stewart with 4. Young with 3. Filipowski with 3. Ryan to the line for 2 shots.
Great job by Ryan there. Filipowski closed out really hard on him. Seeing who's guarding him, he challenged him, took him, drove in the lane. Filipowski bailed out. Then Young came over, and he was able to pick up the foul on Young.
Good on the free throw from Ryan, who now has 20 points. He's the only Tar Heel in double figures. 17th time this year he's been in double figures. 4th time he's had 20 or more. 8th time in his career. 20 is the most he's had as a Tar Heel. 62-53. And now Ryan has set a Carolina career high with 21 points. Withers comes in. He will get Ryan with 9:03 to play. 63-53.
And that'll put Withers on Filipowski here. Trying to be a little bigger on him, get Ingram off of him, keep him out of foul trouble.
Proctor comes front side on the right to McCain. Now to Young. Right back to Proctor on the left wing. Filipowski trying to set up in the post against the smaller Withers. He gets the ball left of the lane, will face up. Tries to back in. Going into the painted area. Filipowski in some trouble. Spins a pass to Young. Throws it up off the glass. No good. Rebound Withers.
Great defense by Bacot and Withers to get the ball out there.
Heels up 10. Cadeau quickly comes front side. Gets it to Ingram. In the corner to R.J. Davis. Pulls up for the runner. Teardrop good. Left of the lane.
And he is good at that. He did a little shot fake. One dribble into the middle of the lane. And a nice
Ted Valentine has yet again stopped the action to talk to Filipowski and Bacot as they were talking to each other coming down the floor. 65-53 the score. Carolina by 12. Duke with the ball. 8:26 to go.
And you really feel like it's a point game. Carolina just got to stay solid. You know, we're up 12. Don't do anything reckless. Just stay solid.
Around the perimeter, Duke moves it. Ends up middle of the floor to Proctor. Now to Young. Looking for McCain. Now Filipowski has it to the right elbow. Going to go against Bacot. Aggressive move with his elbows. Kicks it out to Roach. Driving shot tipped away, but a foul called on Carolina. I think it's going to be Cadeau. And that's his third. He becomes the first Tar Heel with 3 as Cadeau reached in off the play to swipe at Roach. And a pretty clear foul on Cadeau.
Yeah, really, RJ was guarding him well. He beat him middle, which you don't want, but he beat him middle coming down. RJ still between him and the basket. It's going to be a tough shot for Roach. And Cadeau just kind of seeing the ball in front of him, swipes at it ill-advisedly.
This will be the 9th and 10th free throw of the half for Duke. It's Roach who's already made 2, and he makes that one, and all 3 of his makes have been right in the center. He's now 82 of 95 on the season.
Yeah, he's not the guy you want to foul.
8:04 to play. Carolina 65, Duke 54 with a second free throw coming for Roach, which is good as well. He has 7 this half, 9 for the game. Duke picking up with some light pressure. Carolina gets it in to Cadeau, back to Davis, back to Cadeau. Duke still pressuring as Cadeau turns it over. Got front side, just made a careless pass to Withers.
Yeah, Withers just couldn't handle it, tipped it around, lost it.
Ends up in a look for 3, which is no good after bouncing around in the corner by McCain.
Great rebound by Ingram. Really challenged by 2 Duke guys, went up and got it out, got it away from him.
Cadeau's got to get front court. Woo, he just got across the timeline with 1 second to spare as he was walking front side. 7:30 to go, heels up 10. Bacot holding it kind of casually out in the middle of the floor. Now he's going to drive left of the lane. A host of Blue Devils are there, has to send it out to Cadeau. Cadeau with 2 on the shot clock. He's got to go, and he turns it over again as he tried to pitch it in the corner to Withers, and the pass sailed, or actually kind of skipped out of bounds as Cadeau back-to-back poor passes, although that one was under some time pressure, turns it over. 7:15 to go. The turnover will give it to Duke. Carolina has 6 turnovers this half. It's more than they had the entire game in Chapel Hill. They have 11 for the game this evening. 65-55 Carolina. 7:15 to play, but Duke will have the ball when we come back from Learfield. Tar Heels 65, Duke 55. 7:15 to play. Duke will have the basketball when action resumes here in Durham. For more than 25 years, Top of the Hill Restaurant and Brewery has been a pre- and post-game tradition in Chapel Hill. Handcrafted beer, great food and atmosphere where Tar Heels come to celebrate. Some of those Lenovo stats brought to you by Lenovo, Lenovo.com, smarter technology for all. Cormac Ryan, the only Tar Heel in double figures. He has a Carolina career-high 21 points on 6 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, 5 of 6 at the free throw line. R.J. Davis and Bacot each have 9, 7 for Ingram, 6 Withers, 5 for Cadeau. Trimble also has 6, Jalen Washington with 2. Duke has 3 players in double figures. Filipowski with 16, including 12 this half. 13 for McCain. He also has 7 rebounds. And Proctor with 12. Roach has added 9, 7 of which have come this half. Carolina comes out with its starting five: Cadeau, Davis, Ryan, Ingram, Bacot. Heels have turned it over on their last two possessions, lead it by 10. Z, 7:15 to go.
Yeah, we've been able to slow Filipowski down here. Been able to mix up some matchups. Armando's not guarding him every time. It looks like Ingram's going to have him here. Withers guarded him for a little bit. So really just a factor of wearing him down a little bit, but thankfully able to slow him down a little bit also.
Stewart has 4 fouls for Duke. He's on the bench. 3 fouls for Filipowski and for Young for the Blue Devils. McCain got free off the ball and hits nothing but the center on the three from the right wing.
Good draw up by Coach there. Young set a great screen for McCain and a tough action to guard.
So Duke back within 7 at 65-58. Heels turned it over on their last 2 possessions. They've made their last 4 shots when they aren't turning it over. Davis out in the center of the court. Shot clock getting low, and Carolina's really not moving much here. Ingram has it on the right wing. Crossover against Filipowski. Spins in, draws contact, and gets the bucket. 4 fouls on Filipowski, and Ingram with a chance for 3.
Huge foul on Filipowski. Great job making the shot, but really just drove middle, spun off, and Filipowski couldn't resist to try to slap at the ball.
See what Duke does. Just 6:36 to go. Have to think they'll keep him out there.
They don't have a lot of options. I mean, Young, 3 fouls, Stewart 4, Filipowski 4. And, Bacot's doing a great job in the post, taking the pressure to him.
A line drive free throw by Ingram is good. He's up to 10. His first points of the second half makes it a 10-point Tar Heel lead. Big bucket there for Ingram. Proctor front side between the circles to Filipowski. Ingram gives him some space. Filipowski gets it over to McCain. Drives. He floats it up, and he'll have a chance for 3 as R.J. Davis is called for the foul. His second. So back-to-back big buckets for Duke from McCain. Hit a 3, and now we'll go to the line as Davis just kind of swiped down as McCain started his shot.
Yeah, McCain really on the right wing just drove really hard. He's got some speed, able to get some separation and get to a little floater at 4 or 5 feet and got fouled.
7 fouls on Carolina, 8 on Duke, so both teams in the bonus as McCain converts the 3-point play. He has the last 3 made field goals for Duke as Duke will pick up with some full court pressure. Tar Heels break it. Cormac Ryan comes front side. Gets all the way deep, and he's going to have to call a timeout. He got too deep on the baseline, but takes the timeout to avoid the miscue. Carolina will have 2 timeouts remaining with 6:14 to play. So McCain hit a 3 with Carolina up 10. That cut it to 7. Ingram gets the 3-point play to get it back to 10, but then McCain gets the 3-point play to get it right back down to 7, 68-61 with 6:14 to play. Timeouts, each team has 2. Possession arrow belongs to Carolina. Duke has been called for 8 fouls, Carolina 7, so both teams in the bonus. And foul trouble, Stewart with 4 for Duke, Filipowski with 4 for Duke, Ryan Young has 3, Cadeau has 3 for Carolina. There are multiple players, 4 of them, Ryan, Davis, Bacot, and Ingram, who have 2. Filipowski is going to sit as Mitchell comes back in for Duke. Carolina will have its starting 5 on the floor.
I think we got McCain's obviously getting more involved with Filipowski not doing as much. We got to make sure we're focused back in on him. He is extremely talented.
Cadeau will inbound on the baseline. Gets it in to Ingram. Mitchell right there on him on the catch. Back to Cadeau. Right back to Ingram. He'll fake the handoff to Cadeau. Shot clock's down to 11. Ingram. Boy, fake the step back against Mitchell. Drives hard against him and draws the foul. That is going to be on the floor, though, so a 1-and-1 for Ingram because that's the 9th foul on Duke. Ingram 2 of 3 today, 59% on the season. The foul on Mitchell becomes his 3rd. He becomes the 4th Blue Devil with 3 or more fouls. In fact, oddly enough, only 4 Duke players have been called for fouls. Young with 3, Mitchell with 3, Stewart 4, Filipowski 4. Mitchell will leave, and Filipowski comes back in. 6:03 to go. A big 1-and-1 here for Harrison Ingram with Carolina leading 68-61. Free throws up and good.
Good movement there by Ingram, really doing a great job. Mitchell able to trip a little bit and then able to get downhill and get the foul, but big free throws here.
69-61, Carolina by 8, 6:03 to go. Second one for Ingram. Good as well. A little bit of a line drive, but hit the inner portion of the back portion of the rim and rocketed in.
And they brought Filipowski right back in, which is, can't sit him very long.
He has it now to Proctor on the right wing, right back to a cutting Filipowski. Jump stop, and he scores on the runner.
Tough shot by Filipowski. It's one you got to live with. Catch in the middle of the lane, just able to finish over the smaller Ingram.
70-63. Duke back within 7. Ingram has it tipped away. Roach didn't see it. He could have picked up the loose ball, but it goes to Ingram. He'll try to back in against Proctor. Ingram gets all the way into the paint. His turnaround is too strong.
Good shot by Ingram. Really just backed him down like he usually does. Got right to that right-hand hook shot he likes so much.
70-63. Duke with the basketball. Young at the right elbow. Carolina going to give him the shot, which he misses.
Filipowski's posting up there, so Young caught it at the top of the key. Bacot couldn't come up and guard him, or he'd throw it right over the top to Filipowski, who Ryan was guarding.
Cadeau front side, walking it front court with Carolina up 7. 5:05 to go. To Davis. Right wing, drives, pulls up, tough runner, no good. R.J. Davis has had a tough night. Duke with the rebound. Davis just 4 of 10 from the floor, 9 points. 4:52 to go as Filipowski gives it to Roach. Roach going to drive left of the lane, sends it up, no good, and when the shot was no good, Ted Valentine blew the whistle. See who the foul's on. That's Cadeau, and that's 4 on him.
Cadeau really fell behind there. I thought he was lucky to get away with not fouling him, but they ended up calling it after he missed the layup.
70-63, but Roach, who is 4 of 4 at the line, will go there for 2 shots. Trimble is going to check in for Cadeau after this first free throw with 4:47 to play.
Both teams have done a great job getting we've attacked their bigs, and Duke's obviously come after Cadeau trying to get him out.
Roach misses the first. Trimble does indeed come in for Cadeau.
You got to get good offense without Cadeau in this last couple minutes here.
Free throws second half. Carolina 9 of 10. Duke 8 of 12. Second one by Roach is good. Duke is going to pick up with full court pressure. We've seen him do this some after made free throws. And the Tar Heels don't have Cadeau on the floor. It's Trimble to Davis. Still in the backcourt. Got to get front side. He does so on the pass to Ryan on the right. Back to R.J. Davis. Heels up 6 now with 4:30 to play. Davis, just 4 of 10 from the floor. Gets a high screen. To drive to the left. Picks up his dribble. Sends it over to Ingram. Ingram, hard drive. Jump stop. Pushes it up and in from about 12 feet.
Great move by Ingram. Just able to pull the ball back through and get to a little right-handed hook shot.
72-64. Filipowski lost the ball going up, but a foul is called. Gracious Bacot going to be called for his third as Filipowski lost the ball going up left of the lane after he had made a nice move to get by Ingram. And more free throws coming for Duke. They have taken 13 here in the second half. Carolina has taken 10.
Yeah, Bacot did get him. I didn't think he did initially. The replay he showed him, he came across his arm to make him lose the ball there. But great move on the other end by Ingram, being able to score. We need some help from them on the free throw line here.
First one goes in, though, for Filipowski to make it 72-65. 4:12 to play. Filipowski has been in the line a bunch here in the second half, 4 of 7. And now 5 of 8 as he knocks them both in.
Duke in the 2-2-1 press again, just trying to slow us down.
72-66. R.J. Davis against this zone pressure to Trimble, still in the backcourt. Now he gets it front side, gets the pass to Ryan. Now back to the center jump circle to Davis. 4 minutes to go in Durham. Carolina 72, Duke 66. Bacot back to the basket on the right wing. 3-point line to Ingram. Extra pass to Ryan for 3. Yes, Cormac Ryan, another.
Great play. It's a play they run a lot where they try to get RJ on the backside. Instead of posting up Bacot coming at the end, they ran the screen for Ryan.
75-66, Heels up 9. Filipowski will try and answer and does.
Just a good play by Filipowski, just dribbling across for a handoff. Instead he squares up and hits a good shot.
75-69. Duke again with some pressure. Trimble gets across the timeline on the left side. He'll hand off to R.J. Davis. Heels up 6. 3:15 to go. Davis gets a screen from Ingram, whips it back to him. Extra pass goes in the corner to Trimble. Now to Bacot. He's challenged at the rim, can't score. His putback dunk is blocked as well. Trimble out of there with it. Shot clock's getting late. Ingram for a long three. It's short. Rebound to Duke.
Not sure how we didn't get a foul there. Bacot looked like he was fouled, but went up really strong.
75-69. Duke with the ball. Carolina up 6. 2:50 to play. McCain guarded by Trimble. Now the heel switch it. Davis has it to Filipowski. One-on-one with Bacot. Stops left of the lane. Goes up. Can't finish. Ingram with the rebound. He'll give it to R.J. Davis. Extra pass to Trimble. Back up the sideline left to Davis. 75-69. 2:30 to go.
Bacot, in all fairness, probably did foul Filipowski there, but glad they didn't call it because he didn't get the foul on the other end.
Davis dribbling between the circles against Proctor. Wants a screen from Ryan. Gets it. Now Filipowski guarding Davis on the switch. Shot clock's all the way down to 5. Davis can't get by Filipowski. Now he does. His teardrop is blocked from behind. Davis out of there with it, and he's fouled by, no, they just say out of bounds?
It also never hit the rim, so we're going to have a shot clock violation here, probably. Unless it nicked the rim, but I don't think it did.
2:09 to go. John Shire is out to center court to argue. I don't know how a foul was not called.
In the end, it's not going to matter, though, because RJ's little floater got blocked, never hit the rim. Shot clock expired pretty much right after that.
2:09 to play. We'll see what the officials decide. 75-69. Heels up 6 from Learfield. Just as we come back to Duke, the officials finish their trip under the hood, presented by the Honda dealers of the Carolinas. Take your Tar Heel tailgate to the next level with a new Honda. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today, and they call a shot clock violation on the Tar Heels. So it will be Duke basketball with Carolina leading 75-69 and 2:09 to play. Timeouts. Heels 2, Duke 2. Fouls. Each team's been called for 9, so both teams will be in the double bonus. Possession arrow belongs to Carolina. So Z, 2:09 to go. Carolina 75, Duke 69. Blue Devils will have the basketball.
Yeah, I think right now we used to do a drill, and I think Coach Davis still does it, but it's called stop, score, stop. This is a time where you got to go down, you got to get a stop, try to come back, get a score, and if you get another stop, you're sitting in a really good position. So we just got to make sure we're locked in defensively here. Try to not give him anything easy or good, and definitely don't foul him on something that would be a difficult shot.
Davis, Trimble, Ryan, Ingram, Bacot, the 5 on the floor. 2:09 to go. Carolina's missed its last 4 shots.
It'd be interesting here if they go to McCain or to Filipowski, because I'm sure they drew up something which Shire is very good at.
Proctor lets it roll. Now comes front side to Roach deep on the left wing, and a drive against R.J. Davis and turned it over. I think he was trying to get it to McCain. The ball just kind of slipped out of his hands, and Trimble out of there with the steal.
He drove a little too early. McCain wasn't quite there yet. He tried to pull it back when he passed and just lost the ball.
Third turnover this half on Duke. Heels have turned it over 7 times. Davis tick-tocking the dribble center jump circle, milking the clock. Shot clock down to 10, 75-69 to Ryan. Catch and shoot 3, right wing. He did it again. Ryan has 27.
That is a really hard shot. He just came off a little flare up top, shot it with a guy right in his face, and knocked it down.
78-69. McCain floating 2 is no good. Rebound. Ryan saves it to Ingram. Tipped out of his hands and then off Ingram last, says Bert Smith. They can look at the replay, which they will do. 1:21 to go. Carolina 78, Duke 69. Cormac Ryan has 27 points. He had 28 a game against Duke in Cameron for Notre Dame in the 2021 season. His career high is 29. This is a Tar Heel high. 8 of 12 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. The only other Tar Heel in double figures is Ingram, 14 points. He also has 10 rebounds for his 11th double-double of the season. So they're checking the replay. 78-69 Carolina, 1:21 to go. I haven't gotten a look at the replay, and the play occurred well away from us. Ingram appeared to have possession of the ball, then knocked out of his hands, and it will stay with Duke.
Yeah, I think,
So it is going to be Duke ball, Z, with 1:21 to go.
yeah, I mean, it's a great job by Ryan trying to save the ball to Ingram. Just lost it. But really, we were able to get our stop. We came down. We got a great score. 1:21 left. If we can get a stop here and get the ball back, they're going to either have to start fouling or we can run a lot of clock and really reduce the possessions left in this game.
Again, 2 timeouts for each side. A foul on either side is 2 shots. Possession arrow to Carolina. Proctor to inbound for Duke. 20 on the shot clock. 1:21 on the game clock. Inbounds goes to Roach. Quickly out to McCain. He'll float the pass to Filipowski as Davis guarding him on a switch. Out to Roach. The drive. The kick. TJ Power is in for a corner 3, and it's good.
Tough shot. Good play by them. Coach Shire putting in Powers to shoot a corner 3.
So Duke has now made 6 of its 9 3-point attempts this half. Blue Devils take a timeout after the make. Powers' first basket. He has 5 total points, and he is a 3-point shooter. Coming into the game, 35 of his 42 attempts on the season had been threes. That's better than 83%. So the timeout by Duke leaves 1 left for the Blue Devils. And we'll see with 1:12 to go, Z have to think there's going to be pressure in the backcourt. And then probably not time to foul just yet if you're Duke, but a possibility. It would result in 2 shots for Carolina.
Yeah, Duke does like to foul early, but I still think 6 points. If we can break their press, they're obviously going to press, try to trap once or twice. If we can take advantage of it, that'd be great. But even better would be able to run a full 30 seconds off before we get a shot. So, but they may go ahead and foul if we break their press. They do like their strategy has been to foul early, try to leave as much time as possible.
Carolina does put Cadeau back in. So it's Cadeau, Davis, Ryan, Ingram, and Bacot.
Really interesting leaving Powers in on defense, trying to get a little smaller.
Cadeau will be the inbounder. Duke is pressuring. They're double-teaming R.J. Davis. As Cadeau gets it into Cormac Ryan. Right back to Cadeau. He will get it front side. Pass to Ingram. Right back to Cadeau. Now middle of the floor to R.J. Davis. Duke does not appear to want to foul, at least not yet. Game clock at 1 minute. Heels up 6, 78-72.
Need to make sure we get a great shot here.
Heels can whittle this clock down to around 45 seconds. Shot clock at 10 right now. Ryan right back to Davis. Shot clock's down to 6. R.J. Davis. Hesitation. Drive. Throws it up. No good. Bacot out to Cadeau. He's going to have to force one at the horn. It's good! Cadeau, the long jumper with 40.7 to play. They're going to check and see if it's a 2 or a 3.
Cadeau caught it and knew that there was no shot clock left. Actually bobbled the catch, kind of fumbling, leaning forward, got it up, able to knock it down.
The shot, without a doubt, got off in time. The question is it a 2 or a 3? They have given him 2 on the scoreboard to make it 80-72. 40.7 seconds to go. They again will take a look at the replay. Presented by the Honda dealers of the Carolinas. Take your Tar Heel tailgate to the next level with a new Honda. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today.
Huge shot by Cadeau there. Able to take it from 6 to 8. 40 seconds left. Now we just need one big stop. And then they're going to have to foul. They'll probably have to foul even if they score.
80-72. The officials continue to look to see if this is a 2 or a 3 by Cadeau. It is his first field goal of the second half.
Couldn't have come at a better time.
40.7 to go. Now Jeremy Roach is going to go and try and help him at the monitor.
We know what his opinion is.
Tony Henderson and Bert Smith continue to look at it. Ted Valentine taking the opportunity to come and demonstratively say something to Hubert Davis. 40.7 to go. Carolina trying to win the ACC regular season outright, and they are going to call it a 2 for Elliot Cadeau. So 80-72 is the score. Cadeau now with 3 this half and 7 for the game.
Carolina picking up probably with a little token pressure full court here.
Just to make sure Duke has to catch it, not let it roll. Proctor having some trouble getting it in. Does to Power, hands it right back to Proctor. Duke sprinting front side. Proctor going to go to the cup and get the layup with 35 seconds to go.
And that press didn't work very well because they were able to score very quickly.
Carolina, Trimble inbounds to Ryan. Duke's going to have to foul. And Bert Smith has caught an offensive foul on Cormac Ryan.
One of those plays, I don't think he touched him. He just tried to dribble. Proctor either tripped or faked like he was falling back, and they gave it to him.
That is a tough call. 32.4 to go. A really tough call on Cormac Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Proctor sold it for sure.
80-74. Duke now inbounding with 32.4 to go. Inbounds to McCain in the corner. Bacot right there on the catch. McCain going to try and drive against him. Gets really deep. Out to Power, the freshman, into the paint, and scores on the runner. Power with a couple of big buckets late. It's down to a 4-point game.
Yeah, really hard move by Powers, driving in there, able to finish with the right hand over the front of the rim.
23.2 to go. Trimble gets it into R.J. Davis. Right back to Trimble in the backcourt. 19 seconds to go. Flips it to Ryan, and Roach. The official said, I don't know. Roach is bear hugging him. Should we call this one? Okay. That's 10 on Duke. And first one on Roach will send Cormac Ryan to the free throw line. 2 shots, 16.7 to go. Carolina was up by 8. Duke able to get 2 quick buckets to cut it to 4. Ryan 2 shots with the heels up 4.
Able to run a little clock there, get it down to 16 seconds here.
2 shots for Ryan. The heels up 4. First one. Good. Ryan's up to 28. 81-76, 16.7 to play. Second one from Cormac Ryan. 81-76, 16.7. Second one from Ryan. Got them both. He's tied his career high with 29.
Make sure we get matchups, no threes here.
Inbounds to, Proctor just now picking it up. Game clock down to 14. Bacot challenges the long 3 by Proctor. It is no good. Rebound slapped out to Roach. He'll try and force up a triple. That is no. Oh, it is good. It hung on the rim and dropped in. And Duke is within 3, 82-79 with 5.8 to go. Blue Devils take their last timeout. Roach had a prayer 3 that just bounced around and hung in. 82-79, 5.8 to go. Duke now out of timeouts. They've made 4 of their last 5 shots. Tar Heels have 2 timeouts. A foul, if Carolina can get it in and draw the foul, means 2 shots, as both teams have been called for 10 this half.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here, we want to make sure we get the ball into Ryan or Davis, R.J. Davis, just to be able to try to get to our best free throw shooters. 5.8 seconds left. I don't think they'll try to trap. If they do, they're going to try to make us pass it back to Trimble. But I don't think with 5.8 seconds left, they have enough time to go full court and get a good shot if they wait too long.
Again, Carolina does have 2 timeouts. Tar Heels led by 8 after Cadeau's prayer went in. Duke scored, and then a really tough offensive foul called just 3 seconds later on Cormac Ryan. Duke scored again to get it to 4. Ryan hits a couple free throws to make it 6, and then Roach gets a roll on a desperation 3, second of the possession for Duke. And the Blue Devils take their last time out with 5.8 to play. Of course, a lot of other games going on around the league. Virginia Tech beat Notre Dame earlier, 82-76. Florida State over Miami, 83-75. BC topped Louisville, 67-61. Wake gets a much-needed win at home against Clemson, 81-76. Pitt leads State at halftime, 39-29. Virginia on top of Georgia Tech started the second half, 38-24. Here, the North Carolina Farm Bureau scoreboard reads Heels 82. Duke 79. Brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what they do best. 5.8 to play. Cadeau is going to be the inbounder. Cadeau, Davis, Ryan, Ingram, and Bacot. And now every Tar Heel is going to start on the baseline
they can't face guard him out of bounds. They're not allowed to cross over to be able to touch him. They're going to be able to run out, try to create chaos, and get the ball in.
So all 5 Tar Heels are out of bounds. It is going to be Cadeau that does get the pass to throw it in. Cadeau has a timeout, just gets it in time to Cormac Ryan, who is fouled by Roach with 4.7 to go. Boy, Cadeau just in time got it to Ryan.
I'm glad he's passing in because that was a dangerous pass, but Cadeau able to put it on the money and get it to Ryan.
So 4.7 to go. Ryan, who just made 2 free throws and is 7 of 8 tonight. 4.7 with the Heels up 3. 1 would be huge to make this a 2-possession game. Ryan has a career-high tying 29 points. 82-79 with 4.7 to play. First one from Ryan. Good.
Great free throw. Able to get up 4 points. Creates 2 possessions. Really, really hard to get in 4 seconds. So he got to make sure he's solid and don't give up any threes, though.
Up to 30. 4.7 to go. Second one from Ryan. That one's good. 4.7.
Nothing easy, but definitely don't foul.
84-79. Power. It's going to long cross-court inbounds to Filipowski. Gets the quick touch pass to McCain. His 3 won't go. Bacot with the rebound. There's the horn. Carolina sweeps the season series from Duke. And the Tar Heels all alone at the top of the ACC. They are your unquestioned ACC regular season champions. And now the Crazies throwing drinks at the Tar Heels. Finishing this one with class as the Heels win it 84-79. Carolina went over and posed and waved to the Cameron Crazies. They began to throw food and drink. They'll have to suffer that sting for the rest of the year. They stayed in the tents for all those weeks just to see the Tar Heels beat them and win the ACC regular season crown.
Unbelievable win by Carolina. Be able to come in here, really all night was ahead, able to hold on. Cormac Ryan played an unbelievable game.
31 for Cormac Ryan. Harrison Ingram, the only other Tar Heel in double figures. How about those 2 portal pickups? 45 points between the 2 of them. Carolina wins it 84-79. Carolina finishes the regular season 25-6. 17-3 in conference play. Duke 24-7, 15-5 in ACC action. You know, it was interesting this morning on ESPN Game Day, which, by the way, Tyler Zeller made an appearance on. At the end, Jay Williams, great player at Duke, made his prediction on the game. He said, quote, "We're going to kick their bleep tonight." Jay may want to revisit that one. Heels win it by 5. It's always so sweet to win over here. Heels win by 5 from Learfield.
Attention Tar Heel fans, if you've had any alcohol as a part of your game day activities, make sure you don't get behind the wheel. There are more ways than ever to get home safely. You can call a friend, a cab, take a bus, or app your ride. Carolina should have pretty decent ride back to Chapel Hill after defeating Duke tonight 84-79. We'll talk about this one with Tyler Zeller after we pause 10 seconds for a station ID on the Tar Heel Sports Network. Carolina 84, Duke 79. It's a final. And the Tar Heels win the ACC championship outright and will be the number 1 seed in Washington, D.C. when they hit the floor on Thursday at noon against the winner of the 8-9 game. So, Z, as we bring you back into business here, partner, hard to miss Cormac Ryan tonight. 31 points, a new career high in as big a game as you're going to play in the regular season. 6 of 8 from three-point land, 9 of 10 from the stripe, and it just becomes more and more evident there's a foundation to this Carolina basketball team that you have to have. But if Cormac Ryan is going to put together shooting performances like he's had recently, the Tar Heels become that much tougher to beat.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so dangerous about this team is you never know who's going to be great. Yeah, I think we have so many guys. You got RJ who can score 42 in a game. You got Ingram who scored, getting double-doubles, got a double-double tonight. Bacot who can have a big game like he did last time against Duke. And now we have Cormac Ryan who had 31 points, playing really well recently. 6 of 8 from 3. And, this is a guy who in the beginning of the year had his shooting struggles. He's just worked his way through it, continued to add so much to our team. And now he's hitting really, really tough threes, able to get 2 easy ones to start. But the ones he hit in the second half are really hard shots. But then even beyond that, he was able to draw fouls on some of the bigs, be able to attack the rim. Filipowski on the one that closed out really hard to him, and he's able to draw a foul on Young. And really just adding so much to this team, and then defensively trying to chase McCain off all those screens. Just a great player, and really just adding a lot to be able to try to make us the best possible team.
Let me ask you this, C. I don't know how many folks would have been optimistic about Carolina winning with R.J. Davis being held to 9 points, but that's what Davis finishes up with. And what did you notice about either how Duke defended him or the attention that he drew that allowed other players to make plays?
Yeah, I think you said it. I think what RJ does in these games, some games he's able to score 42 because they try to take everybody else away. And then there's other games he has 9 points, and he's able to capitalize and create opportunities for other people because he can go be in the corner and 2 guys are basically guarding him, which opens up so many more opportunities, or he's a screener. He does a great job with all that stuff. So really just a great job by him to be able to create opportunities for other people.
Carolina takes advantage of a huge opportunity and knocks off Duke tonight in Durham, 84-79, the final. Z, the Heels shoot 50% from the floor, 31 of 62, and kind of in similar fashion to the last game in Chapel Hill, Duke just never really got close enough to mount any sort of a threat, and Carolina controlled the game.
Mm-hmm, definitely, and I think really all around, Bacot, you got to give him credit for being able to get all those fouls on the bigs, and once they got their bigs in trouble, Filipowski had his run at the beginning of the half, but once they got in trouble, they had to bring in bigger guys, or where Armando didn't have to guard Filipowski, and so really just a great job by everybody around the team to be able to try to mitigate as much as possible. And then McCain had a good game for them. Filipowski had a good game, but really nobody else did a lot. And part of that was our defense was so good at both on the three-point line and trying to make them take difficult mid-range jump shots.
At the free throw line, Carolina didn't enjoy the advantage that it had in the previous game against Duke. We'll give you those numbers in just a second. Right now, let's head into the Carolina locker room for the Continental Tire Coach's Corner.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. What a win for the Tar Heels. They sweep the season series from Duke. They are the outright, unquestioned ACC regular season champs as well. Coach, an emotional game from your team, a really well-played game from your team, 84-79 the final. Your thoughts?
They competed. They fought. The energy and effort, the will and the want to, everything that we talk about that you have to bring in order to have a chance to win on this stage against a team like Duke. And they did it from the start. Just so proud of them. We always talk about how you react and how you respond, how we reacted and responded when they made their runs. And I'm so happy for them. I wanted this regular season championship by ourselves for them. This is such a special group, and I wanted them alone to be ACC champions, and they are.
Coach Cormac Ryan, a career high 31 points. He was 8 of 12 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3, some clutch free throws down the stretch. What a performance.
Yeah, but it's just there are just certain people that can play in this type of environment. It just is what it is. It's the highest level, and Cormac has been here before. He's played against Duke. He's been on the biggest stage. And for him to step up like this on the road, and he got his career high, this is just amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of him.
Coach, a couple things felt important. First and foremost, of course, your start. You guys got off to that big lead to get things started. That felt big just to set the tone in this one.
We did. I thought our start was really good, not just making shots. I thought we were sound defensively. And as I said before, I thought we were always the first one on loose balls. We were the first ones getting any 50-50 loose balls. It was all UNC. That ignited us, and it was good for us to get off to a good start.
Rebounding, you talk about it all the time. 39-28, your team has the rebound advantage tonight.
Yeah, we talked about things that we have to do in order to put ourselves in position to win. We talked about defensively, we had to step up. We talked about having to take care of the basketball. Rebounding is just huge. That's 20 games in a row that we've out-rebounded our opponent. And so those are things that are really important for us, and we were able to do it and get a really awesome win.
2 more things, Coach. You said, when you and I spoke before this game, you said they had too many points in the paint, talking about Duke in the first game. You held them to 30 points in the paint. That's
better than 54 than they had in the first game. It's just hard because their guards are so good, at attacking, getting to the basket, and then, Filipowski, his ability to be able to score in the paint is just one of the best in the country. And so, again, that ties back into our defense. And, from the start of this year, we've identified what allows us to have success: defense, rebounding, and taking care of the basketball.
Coach, ACC regular season champions, by far. How'd this team, in your mind, do it?
I think the number one thing is, from the start, this team has wanted to be a team. From the jump, from the start, this team wanted to be a team. And because of that, they all collectively have worked hard together. They have this is a team, and they wanted to be one. And because of that, it has allowed them to be ACC regular season champions.
A great win for Carolina, great regular season. More work to do, but they're going to be happy with this one tonight. Coach, congratulations. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks a lot, Jones.
This is Carolina basketball. Our post-game coverage continues with the Carolina Ford Dealers Wrap-Up Show. Ford F-150, what legends are made of. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. This is the Carolina Ford Dealers Wrap-Up Show.
While we're hearing about legends, Cormac Ryan had a legendary performance tonight. Career-high 31 for Carolina in the Tar Heels' 84-79 win at Duke. We're going to hear from Cormac in just a second, but first, the Tar Heels 15 of 18 from the free throw line, which means another 1,500 meals were donated to a local area food bank through Food Lion Feed. Score to Give More program, and Cormac certainly contributed a bunch to the free throw tally. He also gave some time to speak with Adam Lucas at the conclusion of today's game.
Alongside a very happy Cormac Ryan and a very happy Carolina locker room. Cormac, 31 points. Just what was that like?
It was great. It was great. I love playing in hostile environments. We knew what this game meant to us. We didn't want to share this title with anybody. And, man, I'm just proud of us. I'm proud of our group. They threw punches. They went on runs, but we battled back and we stayed poised. And that's what, a mature veteran group does, and I'm just so proud of our guys.
A couple road games ago, Hubert Davis said you were made for moments like that particular road game. Looked like you were made for this one too. What is it about this environment that you thrive on?
I don't know, man. I just like to compete, and I think it brings it out of me. It brings it out of all of us. You kind of have no other choice but to compete when you're on the road like this, especially in this building, and I love it. I love it. I'm just so happy that we were able to get the win, and there's nothing better than just going out and competing with your best friends.
3 3-pointers in the first 3:30 or so of the game. In what way did that set the tone?
Man, I mean, it's always good to get off to a hot start and seeing the ball go through the rim like that. Sick in the head. It opened it up. It opened it up for our big guys. It got me going in a good rhythm, and I think it set the tone for our group too. It helped us kind of build a little lead early, and I don't think we ever lost it.
Led the full 40 minutes at Cameron Indoor Stadium, led but about 10 seconds of the 2 games with Duke this year. That was Seth Trimble who popped by and said that you were sick in the head. You said before we started you're a sick individual. What does that mean? Because Tar Heels love sickness right now.
Man, the guys are just joking with me. Like I'm competitive, I'm fiery, and I think, just being able to kind of show that and have that mentality in games like this it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to win these games, and I'm just really proud of our guys.
You're the outright Atlantic Coast Conference regular season champions over a 20-game regular season schedule. What does that say about this team?
Man, I mean, that was one of our goals in the beginning of the year, was win the regular season, and so that's one box we could check. And winning it outright in this building is special. It's something that we'll never forget, and we still have a lot more to be said and to be done, like Coach Davis always says. So this is an incredible victory for us, but we plan to win this game, and we didn't come in here to lose this game, so I wouldn't tell you that anybody's surprised. We're happy, but we're not surprised.
That's Cormac Ryan, him being sick as he wants after he scores 31 against Duke. Thank you, Cormac.